taking part in an event. NATO warplanes shot down Russian drones in Poland's airspace, and European leaders are promising to do more in the biggest spillover yet of the war in Ukraine. In Washington,
at some point, I think we have to punch back, and I think that point's now.
Republican Senator Tom Tillis as lawmakers consider further sanctions on Russia. Ukraine's president is warning Russian President Putin is testing the limits. CBS's Eleanor Watson.
The NATO Secretary General said that there will be a full accounting of Russia's intent, but already some European leaders are pointing to these violations with the fear that Russia was probing NATO air responses to test what would happen if Russia decides to put on a larger attack in the future.
President Trump's 30-day federalization of the Washington, D.C. police officially ends today, but the National Guard troops remain. Linda Kenyon explains why.
President Trump declared a crime emergency August 11th, deployed the National Guard, and federalized the district. While the federalization may be ending, the presence of National Guard troops in the district is not. Their deployment has been extended through November 30th, although their role is unclear.
A state court ruled today Florida cannot prohibit the open carrying of firearms. Matt Piper reports.
The Florida First District Court of Appeal has ruled that the state's open carry ban is unconstitutional, saying it conflicts with the Second Amendment's guarantee of the right to bear arms. It means those who call Florida home could soon be allowed to openly carry guns in public. Florida is one of 4 states, along with California, Connecticut, and Illinois, that ban open carry in nearly every circumstance for all kinds of firearms. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis writes on X that he supports the court's ruling.
Today marks the official peak of the Atlantic hurricane season. There were predictions of a busy and potentially destructive year. Meteorologist Rob Marciano on what's going on.
We normally have 8 storms by this time of year. We didn't hit that. 3 hurricanes. We only hit 1. We've got that warm water, but there's atmospheric things happening that are limiting these storms from developing. Very big subtropical high, larger and stronger than usual. A lot of sinking air, very stable area. That coupled with dust coming off the Sahara, and a lot of that's been going on. And we have shear as well. All of this is limiting tropical storm development.
There's a long overdue royal get-together.
Prince Harry and King Charles met in London for the first time since February 2024. Reports say they had tea during a private 55-minute meeting. The king traveled from Scotland to see his estranged son, who's been attending charity events here in the UK.
Reporter Catherine Arms. This is CBS News.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Why your healthcare insurance may be going up, way up. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Heather. Home Comfort Alliance has our update. Let's start with Burien, as we still have this closure northbound 509 from Des Moines Memorial Drive, so you cannot access it down there near the airport. Crews are still working on this rollover semi. I think it's up right now. They're just trying to clean up the seam. Let's see. No estimated time to reopen, by the way. In Tukwila, South 5 at Interurban Avenue. State Patrol blocking the HOV lane. Not sure why. We're being told there's an incident. North 5 slows a bit in Seattle, approaching the West Seattle Bridge. South 5, you're crowded from Northgate into downtown. Linwood to Seattle, right around 20 minutes. We're thinning out northbound 405 through the Renton S-curves, and eastbound traffic over Tiger Mountain has cleared out. Tired of uneven home heating and high energy bills? The Quote ductless heat pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings. Visit homecomfortalliance.com. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. Just in, you are going to pay a lot more for health insurance if you buy your plan on the state exchange.
I'm Jillian Raftery. The state has approved an average 21% premium increase for individual health care plans. Last year, 300,000 people bought into these plans, including people who don't get insurance through work or early retirees. About 75% of them qualified for federal tax credits, but those are set to expire at the end of this year. The state is required to approve justifiable rate hikes and says regulatory uncertainty and higher health care costs have helped drive prices up.
Gas prices in Washington have soared. According to Gas Buddy, average prices are up 6 cents from yesterday, and they're up 16 cents per gallon in a week to an average of $4.69 a gallon in King County. Getting the blame, refinery issues on the West Coast, combined with our higher state gas tax and climate commitment fees. For the second time in 48 hours, hours, burglars used a car to ram into the same smoke shop in Seattle's Greenwood neighborhood, but this time the owner was sleeping inside the business, he tells KIRO 7 TV.
It took them 2 minutes to smash the car and then, boom, flee.
He says he fired some warning shots. We're learning that a double stabbing in Kirkland September 4th may have been retaliation. One of the victims says the attack happened hours after she told police the suspect had assaulted her. The man allegedly stabbed her and her 78-year-old mother, who died. KIRO 7 TV says the suspect is being held on $10 million bail. Tacoma police want your help finding a missing boy.
7-year-old Skylar Doty. They say he's on the spectrum, very social and friendly. He was last seen in downtown Tacoma about 8 o'clock Tuesday night. At the time, he was wearing a green camo t-shirt, blue jeans, and black sneakers. If you see Skylar or if you have any information about where he might be, please call 911 right away.
KIRO News Radio Frank Lindsay there. We've posted Skylar's photo at mynorthwest.com. A huge win for the Seattle Mariners.
Goodbye, Randy Arozarena. A 3-run blast.
Arozarena helping lift the team to a 5-3 win over the St. Louis Cardinals last night. The M's now sit just one game behind Houston for the lead in the division. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine with highs in the low 70s. It's 67 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO Newsradio.
Hey, welcome to the show. It is Wednesday, September 10th. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill. Spike, welcome back from vacation.
Thank you, brother. Good to be back.
Good to be back. It's tough to start the show this way. We have some breaking news we're going to cover here. This just happened. It looks like this just happened within the last 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, exactly. 2:30 local time to 11:30 our time.
Charlie Kirk, who is he's a conservative commentator. He does these podcast host. Really instrumental in Donald Trump's candidacy for his second win to the White House. He does these events at these universities where he speaks in front of students, and he has debates live in person with these students.
It's Prove Me Wrong, is that what they call it?
It's called Prove Me Wrong.
Right, okay.
They draw massive crowds. He was just shot at an event at the University of Utah
Valley in Orem, yeah.
Yeah, UVU. The university is, we still don't know his state. There's been, posts on all of social media. We're seeing on all the major news networks. We don't know if he's still alive. We know that the video, we saw the video. We have made the decision not to play the sound of the gunfire, but somebody took a shot at him in the crowd, and you can see he reaches up as he's speaking to a student, and he is hit what looks like in the neck. And he kind of goes limp and falls down.
Yeah, in this day of everyone's a photographer, which is a blessing and a curse.
Well,
but we're able to get so many different live camera
from
footage
1,000 angles.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
whether you're snatching a ball in the outfield at a baseball game or somebody actually is lunatic shoots somebody. We're getting live coverage from 1,000 different reporters in the field. Basically,
it's truly horrifying. There's a lot of people who disagree with him politically, but this is not the way to handle it.
Absolutely not.
Prayers go out if you're a praying person. Prayers go out to his family. He has young kids.
Yeah, 2 kids, married 4 years, 2 kids, boy and a girl. I don't agree with anything the guy thinks or says or does. But I'll pray for his family today, and I'll curse the idiocy, the lunacy that leads to the people who are committing these shootings.
There is a suspect. They have arrested a suspect who, again, they haven't given out all these details yet. We've seen pictures. It's so amazing because we see the news stories that happen on, the major news networks, and then you can watch on X or any of these social media platforms. I've seen pictures of the suspect. I've seen who the police have arrested. We won't report on it here because we don't know anything about the guy.
Correct.
Other than the suspect that I saw being detained and held down to the ground looked like an old man who's bald with gray hair. The university says a university spokesperson spoke to Newsweek just moments ago, and they said Kirk began speaking around 1 p.m. on the campus. At approximately 1:20 p.m., and again, that's Utah time, a single shot was fired from the top of a nearby building roughly 200 yards from the venue. If you watch any of these videos that are circulating, you can see instantly that the crowd, the sound of the shot rings out, and then the crowd all just instinctively turn in a direction, kind of looking off in the distance, nearby. It's
and then scattering for their lives.
And then scattering. Here's some audio of what it sounded like, the campus, just people running for their lives, because they don't know if this is still if he's taking shots. I mean, clearly it's a insane individual.
And it's campus security. Obviously, Charlie Kirk travels with the security when he does these events.
I believe he has 24/7 security.
Yeah.
And I was watching in the videos of these. This was the crazy part. One of the videos I'm watching, it looks as if there are snipers on the roof.
Yeah.
To protect against this very thing. I mean, he's a very controversial figure.
Yeah, he is.
You might agree with him politically or not, but he's a very controversial guy. He shows up at these massive venues. He draws in thousands and thousands and thousands of students.
And you'll all see the video, and as you go through the course of your day today, you'll all see the video, how large this crowd was, which makes it an untenable position for security officers.
I mean, the only way to truly protect him in a situation like that, and obviously they have made the calculation that they don't need to do this. If they do in the future, but they could put him in. They could put him in. Like the Pope Mobile travels around. Well, he's surrounded by bulletproof glass on all sides.
President Trump, prior even to the 2 assassination attempts on his life, travels with these safe perimeters of bulletproof, speaking behind bulletproof glass on a lot of occasions.
Yeah, most presidents do.
But now we've got commentators that need this kind of security.
Yeah,
that's what we've escalated to.
This is a sad.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking and infuriating all at the same time.
Ugh, it's awful. All right.
Glad to be back, brother.
It's good to have you back.
I had such a fun day planned for you guys. I brought you gifts.
Did you really?
I couldn't bring them to the station.
Let's get to. Should we get to the gifts in a little bit?
I brought you each, guys. Laura, Jake, I love you. Talked about you all week. Was bragging about what we get to do and how we engage with the community. I brought you each a gallon of gas.
Nice.
Maryland gas, $2.97 a gallon.
Nice.
It's not like I splurged on you guys.
How did you know what I wanted?
I knew what you wanted. I got high test for you. I got super premium for you, my friend, because I know what you drive,
Let's get, super premium. That's not what I need. We'll get to gas price just a little bit. Let's move off this Charlie Kirk story.
Sure.
We'll keep you up to date on this as the story develops, and God willing, he doesn't die from this. This would just be awful.
Yeah.
Okay, so prayers go out to him. Let's move on to the first things first. Another story we want to cover real fast because we do want to get the word out about this. This would be terrifying if your parents in Tacoma, there's a missing kid. He's 7 years old. He's apparently autistic. The Tacoma police put out a picture of this kid, which we now have, I believe, on mynorthwest.com. We do. You can check it out there on mynorthwest.com. Adorable looking kid sitting on his bike. The Tacoma police put this out. They said, although the photo provided shows Skylar on a bicycle, he was last seen on foot in the area of 1900 MLK after getting off the Link light rail with an adult female acquaintance. He is not believed to be on a bicycle at this time. Tacoma police is looking for 7-year-old Skylar Doty, who is on the spectrum but very social and friendly. Skylar was last seen in the downtown Tacoma area around 8 p.m. Tuesday night. That's just last night. He's a white male. He has brown hair. He was wearing green camo t-shirt, blue jeans, and black sneakers. So if you see anybody down there, or you see anybody around there, a little kid who you think might be this little guy, Skylar, please call 911 so the Tacoma police can try to get him back and back safely to his family. I cannot even imagine what these parents right now are going through. And again, we're saying a lot of prayers at the start of the show. At least I am. I'm praying for Charlie Kirk. I'm also praying for this family. If I were, you are not sleeping, you're not doing anything. This was 8 p.m. last night. This kid went missing. If you're a parent and your kid is not home, it's the same as you being on fire. That's how it would feel. And so I guarantee you these parents are out doing everything that they can to find this kid right now. And again, we have these pictures on mynorthwest.com. If you guys know of anybody or have seen anything suspicious or that might be helpful, please just call 911. Help get this kid back. Okay. A lot of stuff. Good golly. A lot of stuff to get to.
I hear you.
Let's move on to something that's a little less... Well, it can be scary. It's definitely not as scary as those two stories, but it's a topic that people are debating right now. Seattle City Council just voted last night to add more cameras into neighborhoods, and there are folks who feel pretty strongly in both directions that more cameras are going to lead to better policing and quicker resolution of crimes in the area. And then there are other people who feel like, no, this is a huge problem.
Here comes Big Brother.
Yeah, because it
cries of it last night.
Infringes on my right to privacy.
Yep.
The Seattle City Council listened to like 2 hours of people mostly in opposition of these cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a little bit of what that sounded like. This was some public comment last night.
I don't feel safer having cameras on me just trying to live my life.
This data will be made available to ICE. It will be made available to the feds.
Once we cede this privacy, it is really hard to get it back.
That last person was spot on. Seattle City Council members did say that they're not going to be sharing this data with any other agencies to help them collect folks for ICE or whatever it might be. Seattle City Council President Sarah Nelson also commented on it.
I believe they provided an additional tools to enhance public safety, and that's why blue cities across the country, large blue cities like us, have also implemented them.
So they listened to all this opposition, all these people saying, no, we don't want them in our neighborhoods. And they're going to be putting these into, they would primarily be throughout the Capitol Hill neighborhood and the areas surrounding
China
city
National
stadiums.
District. Yep. And those 2 high schools, right?
Yes, they already have 50 of them in the Chinatown International District.
Right.
And also they want to put some more in the neighborhoods surrounding the Garfield High School in the Central District. Spike, what do you think about these? Good idea, bad idea? Seattle City Council voted 7-2 in favor of them. So
I got to tell you, coming on the heels of a story of a missing child, and you're talking about putting more cameras in places that are known to be high crime areas, cameras around school districts that have known to have trouble with violence. They're incorporating traffic cameras into this network. This first response, I forget the name. It's in the story that we read today. Mm-hmm. I apologize. I'm still on a beach somewhere. I like it. I like the fact that
you do like it.
If I had a 7-year-old missing kid, if I had a kid missing today, and I could incorporate every traffic camera in the city into finding my kid, I'm all for it. I understand and respect and even have a genuine appreciation for the concern, if not fear, of relinquishing our privacy, of giving up our information. You know, the promise of not sharing it with this, that, or the other. That's fine when you've got this particular governing body in place. Elections come every 2 years, if not sooner. People change. We change office holders. They change direction. This information is already being gathered, being stored.
New councils are voted in. And
the next people in place will be happy to share it with whomever, federal, local, whatever jurisdiction wants it. So I understand the cautious and even a little fearful nature of it. I understand that.
I think you should be. I think you should be fearful. Anytime the government wants to step in and starts filming you in your private life, I think that's a problem.
I understand the argument. I really do.
Also, the argument that this is going to, and I know, I understand what you're saying about the kid. I get it.
That's a very handy analogous example.
It's also pie in the sky of an analogy.
No, not at all.
No, it is. You would need cameras on every single street corner, everywhere, watching all kids simultaneously.
I know, but do you remember a month ago, a man was stabbed outside the Northgate light rail station?
Yeah.
Traffic cameras found that car. The incorporation of standards sitting there every day, every day.
Well, I believe
cameras.
First it was somebody who noticed the vehicle who then reported it. They didn't know what vehicle they were looking for.
But my point being, they incorporated all this data that's being gathered.
I know they use it. They oftentimes they will go to businesses who have cameras facing the street. They will go to ATMs, local citizens.
Commit so much evidence these days.
I have no problem with private cameras, but I do have problems with city governments turning cameras on people, assuming that they're going to be breaking the law. And the problem I have with that is we have the Fourth Amendment, which protects us from illegal search and seizure.
Yeah, well, I'm with you.
We also, this is an interesting thing. Washington State is a two-party consent state for audio, so you can't record somebody against their knowledge
without prior permission.
Now, why is it that doesn't apply also to filming? Isn't that just as private for people? Sometimes not even more private. You have folks in these neighborhoods.
Yeah, but you're in public spaces with the film. I think there's the difference between the recording
audio. These are not public spaces. They're talking about filming in neighborhoods.
No, that's for public spaces. Of course they are.
Is your front yard public space?
The street in front of it is. The sidewalk in front of it is.
So you think that you have a right. So let's say they move into your neighborhood. I won't say which one it is. I want to protect your anonymity. But let's say they put a camera. They want to put a camera on your street that will catch your front yard and your front door. How are you feeling about that?
I have. It's a hard argument to fight against the loss of privacy, the intrusion.
It's horrible. It sucks for these people. Why do they have to? These are not citizens who are breaking the law. They're just assuming they're going to break the law. It fundamentally changes the relationship with the city because now the city's watching you, right?
Yeah, I got you. But when you're in a place, you take the example of my neighborhood, my front yard, which I respect. You're right to say that. But when we're talking about places like the Chinese International District or Capitol Hill, that are public places, that are public gathering places, that have notoriously long track records of violence.
Neighborhoods around Garfield High School. What about that?
after the shooting at Garfield High School? So is it better to have police vehicles on constant patrol around the school? Because that's what the community asked for.
100%.
What's the difference between that and a camera overhead?
A camera is because a cop is driving around and a camera is filming you in your front yard. Those are very different things. Very, very different things. They're not even close to the same thing.
Yeah, but the camera that focuses on the streets outside the high school, it's not take it to my private property.
Okay.
I'm with you there. But if we're talking about cameras on the CID and the Capitol Hill area.
Cameras on the high school, which is public property, right? Because it's taxpayer dollars.
The streets of Capitol Hill,
I'm fine with that.
Same thing, Capitol Hill streets?
No, not Capitol Hill streets.
Public dollars, taxpayer dollars, Capitol Hill.
Private
Broadway.
businesses, people going into private businesses. Why are we filming people living their private lives? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, so
doesn't it turn everybody into a suspect? Suddenly, and your behavior, wouldn't your behavior be different if you knew that you were being filmed all of the time?
Everybody,
we're on the show here. We're being filmed, and we volunteer for it.
I stopped biting my nails because of these cameras. I thanked them 1,000 times.
I started wearing pants. That was also like an HR request to say, can you please start wearing pants?
I'm glad it was the cameras that finally brought it home for you.
It was the cameras.
No, I hear you.
So it just changes how people are going to react.
There are statistics going back decades that if you put just a camera up in your store and don't even power it, don't put any film or power to it, people will think they're being watched, they won't steal.
Yeah.
That's proven for decades.
Now that's great for me because that's a private store that's saying we're going to go ahead and put a camera in there.
I'm just saying. You said would you feel like you're less inclined to commit crime if you know it's going to be witnessed by camera?
But the thing is, when you're living your life, I spend a great deal of my time in my yard with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
If I lived in this neighborhood surrounding Garfield and I was worried that there was a camera on me all the time filming my kids, it wouldn't stop me from using my yard, but it would give me an icky feeling that feels unnecessary. It doesn't feel like those people should be inflicted with that simply by virtue of the fact that they live in that neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Now, there are bad actors out there who do bad things.
Right, and that's
there are
what
reasons.
This is aimed toward, finding them quickly and helping solve them, get them off the street, solve crimes, save people.
The problem is they're casting such a wide net. They're catching people up in it who don't deserve to be caught up in the wide net. And instead, what they should be doing is effectively policing these areas, hiring the cops necessary to do the jobs.
Okay.
Why is it that you have neighborhoods who are not Garfield area or not Chinatown International District who don't need cameras on every little bit of their streets? Because they have adequate policing and they're doing a good job about arresting bad actors.
Okay.
So do that. There, it works. We know it works. It's worked forever.
Would you hold the same standard to immigration policy?
What do you mean by that?
Casting wide nets is not good, right? All the things
no,
you said.
What do you mean by that? Casting wide nets is not good.
Well, the Supreme Court just allowed the ICE to just pick up people based on their appearance. That was just ruled last week by the Supreme Court. That ICE can now.
In what context? Like, what do you mean?
When ICE goes in Los
if they
Angeles,
see somebody who looks suspicious,
walking while brown is enough. Is enough.
The Supreme Court said you can you can arrest somebody for being brown.
No, you can stop them. You can pick them up.
Fundamentally,
you can pick them up through ICE. Oh, let's look it up during the break.
Let's look it up during the break. You show me during the break. When we come back, we'll show you.
I am all for public safety. I'm all for a safer world. We'll take a look.
When we come back.
Yeah. Hi, I'm so glad I'm back.
The Supreme Court's decision on arresting while brown. When we come back. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
Well, you're getting ready every morning. Make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
Hey, Spike O'Neill here for Sharp Vision, Modern LASIK and Lens. And folks, I just got back from vacation. I had a great time. And one of the best things about it was the only glasses I needed were sunglasses. My vision was perfect my entire life. And then about 10 years ago, I noticed a decline. So I went to see the folks at Sharp Vision, Modern LASIK and Lens, had a comprehensive eye exam, and found out that I had the beginnings of cataract. Not only had I been needing readers for about 10 years, but it was going to get a lot worse pretty quickly. I was a perfect candidate for refractive lens exchange surgery. Had a lot of questions, which the team answered for me. I had the same care team from start to finish, went in for a simple one afternoon procedure, a couple hours in and out, a couple weeks of recovery, and now I have the best eyesight of my life. Not just the 20/20 vision of my youth, 20/10 vision. I will never need readers again, and I will never develop cataract, with refractive lens exchange surgery. If it's time for you to take a look at what you could be seeing in life, give Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens a call at 425-451-2020. That's 425-451-2020, or online at sharp-vision.com, sharp with an e-vision.com.
From the roof to the deck, the siding to the gutters, and energy-efficient windows, State Roofing and Exteriors is your one-stop shop for home protection. With over 55 years serving Western Washington, we don't just work here, we live here. We know what your home is up against when the cold sets in and the rain starts falling. Right now, we're making it easier than ever to get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com to schedule your free, no-pressure estimate.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Yikey Wawa.
What?
My hot water.
Yeah?
Not so hot.
Water heater trouble?
It's not working.
We can fix that.
This week?
How about today?
Apollo Plumbing really is ready right now.
Especially when it comes to water heater replacement.
Think I need a new one?
Is it more than 10 years old?
It is.
Probably so.
Doesn't heat like it used to.
It runs out?
All the time.
That's a warning sign.
Uh-oh.
So are little leaks.
But Apollo can get me a new one?
Installed today by our clean screen trained and trusted plumbers. They're water heater experts.
But I probably got to pay a rush fee.
No extra charge.
You make this too easy.
We'll even haul off the old one.
A new water heater.
Same day. That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
This is going to get my budget in hot water.
Got you covered there too.
How?
Our available payment plans.
I don't have to wait?
Or take cold showers.
You are a lifesaver.
Call us this morning. You'll have hot water today.
That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. Download the KIRO Newsradio app, where you can watch us live or stream us live anywhere, anytime.
How would this initiative, whatever this initiative is, how would he fund it?
Stay connected everywhere. Download the KIRO Newsradio app.
Hey, football fans, Steve Rabel here. You know what makes Washington State truly special? It's the people, the everyday champions who serve, care, and connect. This fall, your local credit union, WSECU, is proud to celebrate 4 of these inspiring individuals as part of Washington's community champions. Serving Washington since 1957, WSECU is the only credit union named a Forbes Best Credit Union 5 years in a row. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your hero today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington. Celebrate with payments as low as $125 a month. A beautiful bath installed in one day, no mess, and a lifetime warranty. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com today.
She and Ursula, weekdays from 9 to noon on KIRO News Radio.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So I saw that you visited the baby chicks.
I got to hold 7 of them. They were so cute.
Do you know why Wilcox chickens are so happy?
Because they get to play outside?
Yes.
Happy chickens are healthy chickens.
From our farm to your table, Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
Hey, I want to tell you a sellwithwes.com success story. Wes Jones knows how important your home sale can be for your future plans. So when he got a call from Susan in Federal Way, he was eager to step up and help her sell her home of 25 years.
Her house was her biggest asset, and this home sale was super meaningful for her. So she's like, I know that I'm leaving money on the table in the condition that it's in. Like, what can we do?
I told him up front that I did not have the time or finances to do what needed to be done. And he immediately jumped in with, well, I do.
He told her about their Listing Boost concierge service.
And we identified probably 4 or 5 major things.
It just was all so fast. They did everything.
I'm a son of a builder, and I've done a lot of flips over the years. So this is work that we actually like to do. We are seeking this out.
And I would just tell anybody, here's his phone number, give him a call. He'll take care of it.
So if you're in the market to sell your home, do what Susan did. Check out Wes Jones and his team at sellwithwes.com. Sell with Wes, a better way to sell your home.
It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
CBS News special report. Right-wing activist Charlie Kirk has been shot at an appearance at a university in Utah. CBS's Scott McFarland begins our coverage.
This was a publicly advertised event by this conservative media icon, Charlie Kirk. It began at 12 p.m. local time in Utah. A public speech in front of a large crowd at Utah Valley University, an enormous school in central Utah. The FBI director, Kash Patel, has issued a statement saying we're closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting.
CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
Charlie Cook is a 31-year-old originally from the Chicago suburbs, an incredibly influential figure in conservative politics.
CBS's Maurice DeWab reports the White House has reacted to the shooting.
President Trump responding and reacting on social media. Here are his words. We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom, the president says.
Kirk's condition isn't known. CBS News special report. I'm Cammie McCormick.
And I'm Heather Bosch. The Department of Justice wants Washington State to hand over personal voter information from addresses to birth dates and driver's license numbers. A recent Reuters report says Homeland Security wants to use voter data for its crackdown on crime and immigration. Washington Secretary of State Steve Hobbs says he is reviewing the request but likely won't hand over that data. Critics of a proposed crisis care center on Seattle's First Hill say the location could endanger students at the nearby Seattle Academy, telling the King County Council it's
downright dangerous to build a facility that actually attracts severely mentally ill patients so near this setting.
County voters approved a levy to build a series of 5 centers to help people experiencing mental and behavioral health crises. Seattle will be adding surveillance cameras to more neighborhoods to assist police, despite concerns it violates privacy and might be used by the feds.
In a 7-2 vote, the council added CCTV cameras to 3 more neighborhoods. Councilmember Robert Kettle rejected concerns the U.S. Department of Homeland Security could co-opt the footage.
DHS has no access to SPD data regarding civil matters such as immigration.
Newly approved cameras in the Stadium District, on Capitol Hill, and near Garfield High School join existing cameras along Aurora Avenue and in the Chinatown International District. Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 275 points, NASDAQ off 30. KIRO News Radio traffic. Here is Nate Connors.
Thanks, Heather. ProSculpt has our update. We're looking good out there, except for this one long-term closure. It's in Buriam, the on-ramp from Des Moines Memorial Drive, south 188th to northbound 509. That ramp remains closed as crews work to remove this disabled semi that had originally rolled over. Still no estimation of when they're going to reopen. South 5 at Interurban Avenue, that HOV lane has reopened after a brief closure by State Patrol. South 5 heading into Seattle, crowded from the U District into downtown. Linwood to Seattle, now closer to a 15-minute trip. Both lake bridges are wide open. Bellevue to Renton, just under 20 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way, pushing 25. And Tacoma to Olympia, an easy breezy 35-minute drive. ProSculpt, the one-day permanent fat loss and skin tightening solution for men and women, offered by New Skin Med Spa in Bellevue. Book your free consultation at prosculpt.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine today with highs in the low 70s. It's 67 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Lots of breaking news here that we're covering. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot at an event in Utah, speaking at the University of Utah Valley, and we still don't know his state of health. We don't know if
his condition is unknown.
Still alive. Condition unknown. They do have an arrest, although they haven't said if it is the shooter or if there's a picture circulating online of the police detaining somebody, putting him in handcuffs. So we'll keep you up to date on that as we know more. All right, Spike, what do we want to cover here? We got gas prices. We got the stuff we were discussing before the break.
We can do that really quickly. The Supreme Court ruled last week they overturned a lower federal court ruling, a lower federal district court judge reining in the ICE raids in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. Supreme Court ruled 6-3 along ideological lines that certain criteria, such as speaking foreign language or gathering for day labor outside of, let's say, a Home Depot or whatnot, was enough a probable cause for ICE. I don't want to say.
You said they could be arrested for being brown.
No, I said they could be. Well, I was.
That's what you said. Arrested for being brown.
You're right, and that's not correct.
That's not the case.
But they can be detained. They can be taken from their job sites. They can be detained for an unspecified amount of time.
They actually can be questioned.
They can be. I
have it in front of me right here. Justice Kavanaugh concurring. Noam versus Vasquez Perdomo.
Yeah.
2 days ago, to be clear, apparent ethnicity alone cannot furnish reasonable suspicion under this court's case law regarding immigration stops. However, it can be a relevant factor when considered along with other salient factors.
Such as?
If a person is U.S. citizen or otherwise lawfully in the United States, that individual will be free to go after the brief encounter. Sure. Only if the person is illegally in the United States may the stop lead to further immigration proceedings.
Yeah.
So they can be questioned.
Yeah. They can be detained. And because there's no specification for what detainment
Under this court's precedents, not to mention common sense, those circumstances taken together can constitute at least reasonable suspicion of illegal presence in the United States. Importantly, reasonable suspicion means only that immigration officers may briefly stop the individual and inquire about immigration status. If the person is a U.S. citizen or otherwise lawfully in the United States, that individual will be free to go. So they are not arrested for being brown.
But you were detained. You were taken into ICE custody.
You can be questioned.
And they are what they are doing is gathering these raids are gathering people up.
So if they're here illegally and they've broken the law,
no.
That's what it says. I'm reading it to you right now.
I know, but what's been happening? Because what's been happening in Los Angeles is
this Spike's interpretation or is this the Supreme Court's thing that I'm reading right
What's been happening in Los Angeles is raids have been coming into places of business, car washes, diners, whatnot, and people have been detained by ICE, taken away to ICE detention facilities, often for days on end.
Are they here illegally?
Not all of them. Often for days on end, and they're not always here illegally.
I'd have to see some stories about
I'll provide you ample evidence.
Legal citizens who are here being detained by ICE.
But now these ICE teams can detain people, can round them up at Home Depot, take them away based on the color of their skin, the language that they speak.
Well, no, not according to the Supreme Court. I just read it to you. That's not what it says.
Yes, it does. And can be questioned, right?
They can be questioned about their status. And it says if they're a legal resident or otherwise here lawfully in the United States, that individual will be free to go. I'm literally reading it to you right now.
They're not being questioned for 5 minutes on the street, Jake. They're being taken away in ICE facilities to ICE detention centers and held sometimes for days on end. And I'll give you the examples.
That's not what it says. It says they may be questioned about their immigration status. And then if they're not, they're free to go.
Does it say for 5 minutes or less?
Does it say they're going to be taken away for days? No. So the assumption is that they're being asked to show an ID. If the person's asked to show the ID.
That's your assumption. That's Kavanaugh's loose interpretation of what's been actually happening in the streets, and that's not what's been happening in the streets.
All right. Well, let's agree to disagree on the Supreme Court ruling here.
Yeah.
You want to get to gas prices? Let's do that.
I'm not angry enough yet.
Let's get to gas prices. King 5 is hilarious to me. King 5 has a story. You guys can check it out there.
Their job is to lighten our day with comedy, right?
King 5 says they have this whole big article, and they're like, God, gas prices are really expensive in Washington State. $4.50 a gallon. It's the most expensive it's been this year. We are oftentimes in the top 3 most expensive gas prices in the entire country. They said we have a 10-cent jump from the previous week. They talked to AAA. They said, "What's that? What is it? What could it possibly be?" They're scratching their head. AAA said, "Well, there's a bunch of factors. We have a refinery maintenance issue that's causing a slowdown to the West Coast, which could be contributing to the higher price." They also said that the summer blend. I didn't even know they had different blends.
Oh yeah,
between summer and winter.
Summer and winter blend. You bet. They got to shut down the refinery to change the recipe.
It's the last of the summer blend, which is apparently pricier, and the winter blend coming in should lower the prices. Nowhere than in this entire article, not a single place. Do they talk about how much money the Climate Commitment Act is adding to your gallon of gas every time you buy a gallon of gas. And you probably don't just buy one.
I bought one for you and I bought one for her.
That's sweet.
It was tough getting on the plane, too.
That is nice.
Although, I had to say it was an aquarium.
New TSA rules.
Lax.
50 cents a gallon for every gallon that you purchase, thanks to the CCA. And now that we know, according to Charlie Harger, that the $4 billion that we've pumped into this thing since it was rammed down our throats has done absolutely nothing. Governor Inslee, when he was originally asked about this, he said, they said, hey, is it going to cost people extra money in their gas tanks?
Pennies.
This is what he said.
This is going to have minimal impact, if any. Pennies. We're talking about pennies, potentially. Not all of this would be passed off to the consumers, and what they would be pennies.
Just pennies.
It's pennies. What is 50 cents made of?
Pennies. Yeah, I guess
right?
he's technically right.
Like how he dances? You know, it's
pennies.
funny, when I was back east, and I just got back from spending time with friends and family on the East Coast, and gas was around $3.10 a gallon everywhere I went in Maryland. So the 50 cents that the governor's taken out for the sunshine holidays, that's nothing. That's still 60, 70, sometimes 80 cents less than we're paying here in Washington.
Yeah.
And they say it's refinement. There's always refinement maintenance.
It's always
an unexpected shutdown.
It's very difficult to get things to Washington,
How do you, as one of the most profitable industries on the face of the earth, the petroleum industry, how do you have problems at the refinery? How are you not investing into making sure your things run day and night, top shelf, never a fraction out of whack?
Are you buying this? That it's all refinery stuff?
No.
You're agreeing that it's...
No. I'm saying, why do they have these problems that they pass along to us?
Yeah.
What do you mean you got to shut down the factory for unexpected maintenance? You're the richest industry on the face of the earth. Keep the stuff working.
I wish they would keep it working. They should.
You know, you're shutting this stuff down to increase
premix
demand.
The gas in a more favorable way.
Increase demand because we had to shut down the refinery. There's not much energy, so we got to get a little more for it.
Jay Inslee's legacy is aging like a dead fish. Don't you guys think?
In the sun.
It stinks. Yeah. It stinks.
Amen, brother.
This is a lot of money we're pumping out for this thing.
When I took my rental car back, I prepaid for a full tank of gas. You want to know how much I had to prepay for a full tank of gas?
What was it?
$38. $38.
Makes me sick.
And I was driving a luxury vehicle.
That makes me
because I could afford the gas.
Sick.
I could get a tiny little Focus or whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the Focus.
Yeah.
Or I could at 3.10 a gallon.
A little bit.
I got myself a nice car.
Something nice. Not in Washington.
Not in Washington, buddy.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. We got to lighten the mood. How about a woman giving CPR to a drunk baby raccoon?
Oh, heaven help us. Really?
Let's
really?
do it.
I love you. Thank you so much.
Coming up next. We'll be right back.
The John Curley Show.
I told my wife once that you can tell the temperature outside.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You count the number of chirps that a cricket makes in 15 seconds, and you multiply that by 4, and that tells you the outside temperature. All right, you know what?
What kind of formulas?
I'm going to look it up. And you know what? You're going to be eating your words in there, Mr. Laffy, Laffy.
Okay. The John Curley Show. Weekdays 3 to 7. Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
When I needed work done on my roof, there was only one company I was going to call, Valentine Roofing. Hey, it's Jake Skorheim here. And when I needed my roof fixed, Valentine Roofing went the extra mile to get there fast. They got my roof looking like new again. The scheduling was seamless and easy. I couldn't even be there at the time, and they still went there. They got the job done. They went up on the roof. They cleaned everything up. They put some stuff down to actually like stretch out the length of my roof, the life of my roof. And when they were finished, I got a convenient little link on my phone with pictures and video from the service, and they cleaned up as if they were never there. The only proof was that my roof looked fantastic. Those leaves and needles and branches, they're going to fall on your roof just like they did on mine. The rain will come as the weather starts to change, but fortunately, Valentine makes knocking out that fall checklist stress-free. They'll even insulate your attic or clean the exterior of your home. And now with zero down financing for most projects, you can get the work done now and pay over time. This fall, give your home the Valentine it deserves. Check them out online at valentineroof.com or call 206-ROOFING and get your free estimate today. That's 206-ROOFING.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts. You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
After 35 years in the window industry, I know choosing the right team for your window or door project is a big decision. Adrian here, owner of Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Treating your home with care while offering top quality products is important to me. Our windows are 25% more energy efficient than Energy Star standards, reduce noise by up to 50%, and feature low maintenance clean glass technology. Combined with our leading leak armor installation and lifetime warranty, you get protection for life. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com, a name you can trust.
Hey, I want to tell you a sellwithwes.com success story. Wes Jones knows how important your home sale can be for your future plans. So when he got a call from Susan in Federal Way, he was eager to step up and help her sell her home of 25 years.
Her house was her biggest asset, and this home sale was super meaningful for her. So she's like, I know that I'm leaving money on the table in the condition that it's in. Like, what can we do?
I told him up front that I did not have the time or finances to do what needed to be done, and he immediately jumped in with, well, I do.
He told her about their Listing Boost concierge service.
And we identified probably 4 or 5 major things.
It just was all so fast. They did everything.
I'm a son of a builder, and I've done a lot of flips over the years. So this is work that we actually like to do. We are seeking this out.
And I would just tell anybody, here's his phone number, give him a call. He'll take care of it.
So if you're in the market to sell your home, do what Susan did. Check out Wes Jones and his team at sellwithwes.com. Sell with Wes, a better way to sell your home.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Is your car road trip ready? Don't get stranded. Get to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Bucky's has been preparing cars, trucks, and SUVs for safe, worry-free travel for over 50 years. We take care of your car with experience and good old-fashioned customer service. For all your oil changes, brakes, AC charging, and factory maintenance, choose Bucky's. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com. Bucky's, where your car feels right at home.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Jake and Spike Show. I'm Spike O'Neill, back from vacation. Let me take a moment, Jake, if I may. Salvation Army is hosting the Red Shield Classic Golf Tournament tomorrow, September 11th in Snohomish. Proceeds will help fund their faith-based, no-cost, 6-month addiction recovery program. Play golf, help fund recovery, and change your life if you'd like to do that. Just text GOLF to 888-973-5476 to hear more, or you can donate online, set up a team if you'd like. It's at Echo Falls Golf Club in Snohomish. You know, the national average for 6-month recovery programs are about 10%. Salvation Army Seattle adult rehabilitation programs, success rate is 38%, 4 times the national average. And folks who stay involved with the program have an 86% rate of sobriety. So it's a program that works. Again, text GOLF to 888-973-5476. We'll give you all the information.
Nice.
Thanks,
Good
brother.
stuff.
It is.
All right. We teased this Raccoon video that we're going to play now. A woman. This is in Kentucky, right, Laura? Is this Kentucky?
You have to ask.
The newscaster literally said only in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Only in Kentucky.
They got it right.
All right. So If you want to watch along on YouTube, you can.
Highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it.
It's got to be.
The audio is also fantastic because Kentucky accents are just, I find them
It's a national treasure.
Very appealing.
Yeah.
All right, let's play this woman. She is, her name is Misty Combs. She's been a nurse for 21 years, and she told the story of finding this tiny little drunk baby raccoon in a dumpster.
Yeah. Oh.
And she told it to the local news. How did she find herself in a dumpster looking for baby raccoons? All will be revealed. Here you go.
Have you ever had a crazier day on the job than this?
I've had some pretty crazy days, but no, nothing like this. So our health department is right beside of Kentucky Miss Moonshine, which is a distillery. And they had put some fermented peaches in their dumpster. And I guess the 2 baby raccoons had got into the dumpster and they were stuck. I went over there and I was like, we have to get them out. And I mean, because I guess that was just like the motherly instinct in me. Like I seen that mama and she was trying so hard to get her babies back, but she didn't know what to do. Everybody that was around was like, it's dead. I mean, it's just not going to make it. And it was not breathing, and it had drowned, and it was full of water. Like you could feel the water in it. So, I mean, immediately I just started doing CPR on it.
And when you think of CPR, my first thought when I heard this was like, oh, she put her mouth up to it.
Chest compressions.
She's just doing the chest compression, just trying to get things moving again.
Kind of like baby CPR.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. And you see her in the video. She's literally, the raccoon's on the ground, but she's being careful because if that thing comes to and bites her, that would be bad news. But
actually, the moonshine would sterilize the bite of the raccoon. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did not know that. Yeah. That's good. That's good information.
But I'm not sure she wasn't thinking clearly. She was trying to save a young life.
Trying to save a life. Sweet little baby raccoon. Listen to this.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Starts to come to.
The entire time I was doing it, I was sort of afraid that it would come to and eat me up. And, you know, raccoons carry rabies, so I was afraid of that. I was tickled to death that it was able to join its mom again.
We all have those days where maybe we need a little moonshine, and it's going to happen from time to time. And that's okay, too.
Yeah, that poor little raccoon. I hope it stays out of the dumpster.
You ever heard of baby raccoon, or not baby raccoon, all raccoons, but referred to as trash pandas?
Sure. Yeah, you bet.
And that's exactly what it looks like. It just looks like a trash panda. And in the video, which is on our YouTube right now, it looks like it's soaking wet.
Yeah.
It looks like there's no hope that this thing could be saved. And yet she's able to bring it back to life. And
there it goes, trotting off to meet mama.
And then she also got to be there when they released it to mom. I mean, that must have been a very satisfying, very satisfying.
Yeah. She used the same technique she used at a family wedding, was reported. Yeah, the best man.
Slapping the belly.
Come on, little baby. Come on. You got to give a speech. Got to give toast. Come on.
That accent, you just can't beat it. You can't bite
America.
that Kentucky accent.
And they were stuck. I went over there and I was like, we have to get them out. And
we have to get them out.
Little mama.
It's
endearing, isn't it?
Have you ever saved an animal? Have you ever done anything like that? Have you ever found an animal or you know?
Oh, no, I can't say that I have.
My brother-in-law saved a deer once.
You're kidding
They were
me.
driving through Montana. They hit a deer with their car.
Yeah.
And she jumped out of the road.
Were they out selling brake pads around the states, tri-state area?
They were, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Got to put a guarantee on the box. But they were driving around, and they were in their, the old family truckster, driving along, and a deer jumps out of nowhere, clips the side of their vehicle. Thankfully, they didn't hit it head on. They just kind of hit the side, and so he kind of bounced off to the side, and then ended up in the median, and they were able to kind of snap it back away.
No kidding.
And it pops up and runs off and happy as a clam who just got hit by a car. So thankfully the deer was okay.
I love a happy ending story.
It is a nice story. We need nice stories today.
Yeah, amen.
We're still following the story. The Charlie Kirk breaking news right as the show started. He has been shot while at a speaking event at a college in Utah. He does these speeches all around the country at college campuses. They draw massive crowds, mostly of students. Also, there's always a bunch of protesters out there.
Well, that's the nature is to prove me wrong. He invites opposing points of view.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the guy, but he invites dialogue.
He's happy to defend his positions verbally. He will sit there and go toe-to-toe with folks. There's an open mic. You can step up to the mic and you can challenge him on any one of his ideas, and he's happy to debate you about it. That's the shtick, and it's very, very popular. And while he was doing one of these speeches, a shot rang out. The crowd turned and looked in the direction of a couple hundred yards away.
Yeah.
Police from the university said that they think that the shot came from about 200 yards away from a different structure.
Multiple reports on that. There was a report earlier, a national report, saying that there was no security on site. I can't believe that's the case. I can't believe any university. We'll have to check on that for you. I can't believe any university
that obviously can't be true because every university has security that
and an event that draws thousands.
There must have been 10,000 people at this event.
Yeah. I mean, it was standing room only. They were everywhere.
They filled the courtyard.
Yeah.
I would be
the building walkways above the bowl area type courtyard he was in.
Yeah. So we will keep you up to date on that as more is known. All right, we got a lot more coming up on the show. Stick around. Jason Rance is going to join us in just a little bit. We also, local mayoral election is there's some controversy. Is somebody claiming endorsements that aren't real? We will tell you about it next. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM, powered by MyNorthwest.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Summer can be the best time of the year, but if it's not feeling good in your house, if it's turning into an oven, some of the problems might be because you don't have enough insulation in your crawl space or attic. In fact, many homes in our region have damaged insulation or even none at all. Yeah, it's Mike Salk here, and you got to get somebody to check on it. That's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and do a full corner-to-corner corner inspection of your crawl space and attic. And if it turns out that you've got a problem with your insulation and maybe that's leading to bigger energy bills, guess what? Local utility companies have special incentives to help with the cost of getting your house properly insulated. In fact, if you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could qualify to receive a rebate on up to 95% of the cost to get your attic properly insulated. Yep, 95%. Call Crawl Pros if you're worried about critters, mold, water damage, insulation issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic. Schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been shot during an appearance at Utah Valley University. CBS News has learned a suspect is in custody now. This witness to the event.
I just saw him grab, it looked like his neck, and there's just blood pouring out everywhere. And his eyes kind of rolled back. And it was just one pop. And then we all dropped to the ground, and then they told us all to run.
CBS's Nancy Chen.
The host of the Charlie Kirk Show, which is a very popular program known for his youth conservative movement. This tour, though, had sparked, we should point out, quite a bit of controversy. This was the first stop, but there were petitions and there was quite a bit of outcry when it said that he was going to be coming to campus.
Our Ed O'Keefe has more on Kirk.
Charlie Kirk is a 31-year-old originally from the Chicago suburbs, an incredibly influential figure in conservative politics. He was meeting last fall during the presidential transition with President Trump to pick cabinet nominees. He's a close friend of Donald Trump Jr., who was among those pushing the now president to pick J.D. Vance as his running mate.
President Trump posted on Truth Social, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk." NATO scrambled fighter jets to shoot down Russian drones in Poland's airspace in what's seen as a major test for the alliance. Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
Last night, Russia launched drones into Poland in an unprecedented attack. I've been in touch with the Polish Prime Minister this morning to make clear our support for Poland.
CBS's Ramy Inocencio.
The question to consider now, was this an accident or was this deliberate? Basically, was this an attempt by Putin to test what NATO might do if it was attacked?
The White House was monitoring events and President Trump was expected to speak with Poland's president. Trump's emergency order that federalized Washington's police force is expiring. CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns on Capitol Hill.
The president, through an executive order, was able to deploy the National Guard for 30 days. It is up to now Congress to decide whether to extend it. Republican leaders up here are leaving it as is because they say that the steps that the D.C. mayor is taking are sufficient for now.
The former Justice Department attorney accused of hurling a sub sandwich at a federal agent in Washington has pleaded not guilty to a misdemeanor assault charge. The man who killed John Lennon, Mark David Chapman, has been denied parole for the 14th time. Chapman is now 70 years old. He shot Lennon outside his New York apartment building. On Wall Street today, stocks finished mixed. The Dow off 220 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
While your health insurance may be going up, but first, KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Heather. D.R. Horton has our update. Northbound 509, the on-ramp from South 188th in Des Moines Memorial Drive remains closed. That's down in Burien by the airport. Crews are cleaning up from an earlier rollover semi. Still no estimated time to reopen. South Center northbound 405 at the West Valley Highway. 2 left lanes are blocked by debris. You're backed up to I-5, South Center to Bellevue. Still doing all right, taking just 20 minutes. South 5 heading into Seattle. You're crowded from Lake City Way in the downtown. Linwood to Seattle has gone up a bit to 25-minute drive. Both lake bridges remain all clear. Bellevue to Renton, about 20 minutes. We're seeing a backup now through Factoria. And Tacoma to Olympia continues to look great at just 35 minutes. With over 20 Puget Sound communities, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. Learn more at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather Bosch. Just in, a 7-year-old boy who disappeared in Tacoma last night has been found, and he's okay. Not a lot of details here, but police got a call that he was on light rail. That's where they found him, and he was unharmed. For the second time in 48 hours, burglars used a car to ram into the same smoke shop in Seattle's Greenwood neighborhood. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha is on the scene.
The owner says this time, though, he was actually here at the shop when it happened. Now, he came out when he heard the smash and grab crew.
It took them 2 minutes to smash the car and then boom, flee.
And the owner said that he fired some warning shots and that the thieves actually ran away. Now, he says that even though it was hard sleeping here, he really felt like he had to do it because he needed to protect the store, was fearing that this would happen again, and it did.
Washington State Attorney General's weighing in after the Department of Justice asked the state to hand over personal voter information from addresses to birth dates and driver's license numbers.
AG Nick Brown says the request is not about election integrity, it's about control.
If you can control elections, then you can control the future of his policy priorities, and we can't let that happen.
Brown says if the request is legal, the state will comply. If not, everything will be done to protect Washingtonians. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
If you purchase health insurance through the state exchange, you're in for a huge rate hike. The state has approved an average of 21% premium increase for individual health plans. Last year, 300,000 people who don't get insurance through work bought into these plans. About 75% of them qualified for federal tax credits, but those are set to expire at the end of the year. A dramatic comeback for the Seattle Storm. A 1-point win over Golden State earns them a WNBA playoff spot.
Back to Wheeler, catch and shoot three, and she knocks another one down! Erica Wheeler!
The team posted that on X. This is the Storm's 20th postseason appearance. And the Seattle Mariners look to sweep the St. Louis Cardinals tonight at T-Mobile Park after the M's 5-3 win last night. The Mariners now sit just 1 game behind Houston for the lead in the division. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine today with highs in the low 70s. It's 69 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Lots of stuff to get to. Breaking news is the Charlie Kirk story that everybody's talking about. Just a little over an hour ago, he was at a speaking event at a college in Utah where he does these speaking events, and thousands of students come in to hear him debate. Anybody who wants to step up to the open mic. He was shot as he was there under his tent speaking in front of this crowd. The crowd went running. He was then taken to the hospital, and the new report that's coming out right now is that he is in critical condition, but he is alive, and he's being worked on at the hospital. So I know
the shooter suspect is in custody. He's been confirmed on multiple.
They have a suspect in custody. I don't know if it is.
Shooting suspect.
You're right. The shooting suspect
is in custody.
The amazing thing about social media, for all its faults, we get information immediately, and within seconds of this guy being arrested, there was 15 cameras on him, and then those videos were posted online, and you're watching this guy as he's being carried away by police officers. But Charlie Kirk is at the moment alive, and I know a lot of people are praying for him, and this is a horrible thing. It's an awful thing that just because he has opinions that you disagree with, that somebody would think that it's okay to be crazy. I mean, nobody thinks this is okay, but somebody clearly went and took a shot at him.
Somebody's snapped, and this is, I mean, we can say it's a mental health crisis, but anybody decides that shooting is the solution to a problem, that's a mental health breakdown.
It's absolutely.
That is a sickness in the mind.
Just because they disagree with something that he thinks politically. I want to play you 2 clips real fast, because you might ask yourself, like, how does somebody get to the point where they would do something so crazy? this coverage, everybody's been doing this coverage of the Charlie Kirk thing, and I just want to play you 2 clips that have just popped up really fast. This doesn't make any sense to me. This is a young guy. He's 31 years old. He was just shot. He's fighting for his life. He may even be dead at the time that this MSNBC guest was speaking. He has 2 beautiful little kids. He's been married for 4 years now. There's a lot that you can be sympathetic with this guy about, even if you disagree with his politics. And this
if you've got a heart, sure.
This is what MSNBC. This is how they covered it. They were first talking about the shot that rang out, and they said, "Hey, you know what? Maybe it was just one of his supporters."
We don't know the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea.
And we don't know. We don't know who the MSNBC guest is here. This was just the audio that was circulating from the MSNBC Live that we had.
Okay.
And we're still trying to find out who the guest was. That is a preposterous suggestion that it's just one of his supporters firing off his gun in celebration.
Yeehaw, no thanks.
Here's the other thing that they said. Listen to this.
After one of the Doge employees was allegedly attacked in Washington, D.C., that's what Donald Trump used as
allegedly attacked. He was attacked in Washington, D.C., but go ahead.
Justification to send in federal troops into Washington, D.C. to get things under control. The carjacking situation, he used that. And I know it's hard to predict the future, Mark, but you can imagine the administration using this as a justification for something.
What do you think about that, Spike? When you hear that, doesn't that just make your skin crawl?
That's Katie Tur. That was one of their hosts, not just a guest speaker who will never be invited back. That's actually one of their hosts who said that. The carjacking that took place in D.C. too, was it Big Balls, right?
Sure.
That's the Doge employee that was carjacked and assaulted in D.C.
Yeah,
and Trump did use that as a justification for bringing in federal troops and National Guardsmen into D.C. So there's validity to that.
It wasn't that only thing. D.C. had massive crime. Obviously, that was one thing that he used as justification, but there was also the mayor of D.C. Thank you for sending people.
I'm with you. We're not going to debate. I'm not looking to debate that with you. But and she spun that into her, how are they going to use this? It's not without merit that they do take anecdotal moments like a member of my staff was attacked, so we got to come in. It wasn't a problem. Trump complimented the D.C. Police Department on the reduced crime numbers in D.C. just months before Big Balls got attacked. So there's some validity to what she's saying there, that the administration has a tendency to take these moments and use them as political justification for political agendas.
I couldn't disagree with you more. I don't think
okay. I respect that about you.
I don't think that that's the moment within an hour of somebody being shot in the neck.
No.
To use MSNBC to then start talking about policies and politics.
Don't misunderstand.
Can't we all just agree?
Don't misunderstand me.
I want to clear
that was a disgusting time and place.
Thank you.
To make that spin.
That's all
for
I was
her
saying.
audience.
Disgusting time
and the guy who said it might have been somebody shooting off in celebration. That guy ought to find a new line of work.
Yeah.
Hopefully away from the public.
Absolutely.
Maybe saving baby raccoons drunk in dumpsters, but I don't think he's got the heart for it to make a comment like, anyway, yeah.
That's awful. Just awful. All right, let's move on to local politics. Something far easier to chat about. Katie Wilson, who's running for Seattle mayor and in the primary was
knocking him down,
doing well.
Yeah, just surprising.
I think she's 9 points, right? 9 points ahead of.
It was 14 in the primary. Still, I think it's 9 now. But
she's ahead of Mayor Bruce Harrell, current Mayor Bruce Harrell.
Mm-hmm.
She has some endorsements on her webpage for local black leaders who are now saying, actually, no, we don't endorse her. And the pictures that she has posted on her webpage are actually pictures of us with Bruce Harrell that have been photoshopped onto her webpage. It's a tough thing to try to explain. Jonathan Cho, who posts stuff here locally, local politics, he actually talked to one of the local black leaders that Katie Wilson is claiming, her campaign is claiming, has endorsed her. His name is Claude Perfect, and he talked to Jonathan Cho, and he says, no, I have not endorsed Katie Wilson.
She called me.
Okay, so she called you.
She called me. And I think she used me to elevate her. She's dishonest.
Wilson is accused of stealing this photo, showing Perfect standing next to incumbent Mayor Bruce Harrell.
And she took Bruce out.
And then chopping it up with a caption on social media claiming Perfect endorsed her.
I never endorsed her.
You're positive. You never endorsed her.
I never endorsed Katie Wilson. She was too far to the left.
I called her what she is. She's Shady Katie.
Community org.
I'll tell you what, I've been seeing that name Shady Katie splashing around a lot.
Yeah, people do love a good nickname.
People love a nickname, absolutely.
You know, what are you doing? What are you doing that for? In this day and age.
She claims, though, but the Wilson campaign actually sent us information. They said, no, we have his endorsement, and maybe he changed his mind, but he had endorsed. They sent us some emails. Did you see these emails? Did you read these?
I did.
The thing about these emails, this is the campaign manager. This is Alex Gallo Brown sent these. They said Claude Perfect endorsed this. He said here's a statement from Katie Wilson. He said Claude Perfect endorsed me during a phone conversation I had with him in August and subsequently confirmed his endorsement via email. Please find the attached emails, which we have. Claude is free to change his mind, as sometimes happened during campaigns, and we wish him nothing but the best. That's Katie Wilson's campaign manager who sent that over to the station here. So this is now a case of he said, she said. She is claiming on a phone conversation, he gave me his endorsement, which is why I took his photo.
Yeah, and
with Bruce
cleaned it up.
Harrell.
Yeah, no, I got a picture we can use. Don't sweat it. I'll just cut out the guy you were standing next to. That's all.
So who do you believe here? What do you think?
I've read the emails back and forth, and it seems like, hey, we thank you for we're proud to blah blah blah. That's in car sales we call that the assumption close.
Oh, okay.
And you make them say no directly, and if they don't,
then you assume.
Well, I sent you an email. Thank you.
Talk about how she's going to list something of his with a photo. How is civil rights activist and union leader as a description of you? Or let me know if you prefer something else. I'm CCing my campaign manager, Alex Gallo Brown, so he can make sure we add you to our endorsements webpage. Let's keep in touch, Katie. Now, I don't see his response here, actually. I don't see that he responded in the affirmative or negative. Did you see that? Was there something that I missed?
No, I haven't seen that either. But and then there's the timeline involved, because then there's a rush to get this endorsement out while there's a gray area. Your support, I'm going to put you on an endorsers page.
Oh, you know what? Here's a response from him. It says perfect. He responds just with one word, perfect, 10 minutes later.
Okay.
But is it a response to the picture, or is it a response to...
Well, when she says, I'm going to put you on our endorsements page, and he says perfect, that seems like may have been a rush to judgment on Shady Katie.
He's being pretty clear now. He does not endorse her for mayor.
Organizer Jim Buchanan is sounding the alarm with his own campaign called Shady Katie.
Because she's deceptive, she lies, she'll do anything to win.
Buchanan says this is not a mistake or a one-off, but a pattern.
It's not about politics, it's about the person, and she hurt the black community.
He says just in the past few weeks, Wilson intentionally took snapshots with other African-American leaders, like former Black Panther Aaron Dixon and Africatown Land Trust President and CEO Y. King Garrett. Wilson is accused of posting those photos online.
That's what cameras sound like.
I know.
And without their permission, to make it seem like she had their endorsement.
Be fair. Be honest.
All the men reached out to complain, and that's when the snapshots were eventually taken down from her campaign website and social media platforms.
I got to be honest.
See a pattern.
That's pretty shady.
Yeah, see a pattern.
If you're just going around taking pictures with people you think
we're going to help you
play to a certain part of your audience, and then you're putting them on your webpage claiming they're endorsing you, and then they go, hey, wait a second, you just took a picture with us. We don't endorse you.
Yeah, well, when she says we're going to add you to our endorsement page, and 10 minutes later he responds, perfect, seems to me maybe there was and I'm just going to speculate, he got some pushback from the community. What are you doing?
Oh, you think he changed his mind?
Yeah, and because they're each give themselves a lot of wiggle room.
I don't know. There's
a lot of wiggle room here. Oh, if they're free to change their mind, people do that. We wish them the best in his future. Blah, blah, blah.
There's two issues at play in this email. One is this talk of an endorsement, and then the other is about which picture she should be using, because he had sent her some photo that she said, it's not really great.
Just a one-word response, perfect, gives him some wiggle room too.
Yeah. So I think there's a plausible deniability.
It doesn't look good
from both sides, actually.
Yeah, but it doesn't look good for her, and nicknames stick. And when you got a whole series of photos you took and then repurposed them,
that's a problem too.
That's a problem.
She's literally lifting photos, according to this story, from Harold's campaign and putting them on her campaign. That does not look good. It doesn't look good at all. We'll see if this plays out, though. Maybe the voters don't care about that, and
isn't that the horrible truth these days?
They just might not care at all.
Our attention span's like 8 seconds long.
It is like 8 seconds.
And we move on. Oh, yeah, look at that. So if it doesn't happen within 2 weeks of the election, we don't even remember.
That's true. Here's another thing about elections that are kind of funny. Democracy vouchers. Those are funny. Should we chat about this?
Yeah, we can do it quickly because I understand the intended value of giving each citizen a designated amount of campaign funds to donate as they see fit. It gets the players back in the game. It puts the elections back in the people's hands. But with the amount of money available in campaigns these days, we're talking about dropping a teaspoonful of sugar into Lake Washington to change the taste of the water.
Here's what if you don't know what democracy vouchers are. Seattle residents get 4 $25 coupons each election that they then can donate to the candidate of their choice, and those candidates can cash those in. It's just as good as cash.
Grassroots, but we're paying for it as a local government. We're funding it.
So taxpayers are funding these elections. They wrote that in because they said, you know what? Enough people are not donating or getting involved in any meaningful way. So we're just going to take your money and give it to these people. And that's going to make sure that our coffers are filled. So 114,000 people voted yes on Proposition 1, which was these democracy vouchers things. It passed by 59% of the vote. That's a ton. As of September 3rd, which is just about a week ago exactly, and we have an election coming up quick, only 36,000 of these coupons have actually been used, which is a pretty small number. They say that in 2021, for instance, the last time they had a mayoral election, and when the voucher program was already in place, about 48,000 residents returned them.
Okay.
Or roughly 7.5% of Seattle's voting age population.
Yeah.
So not a great return. Here's the other thing that people are wondering. All right, so all this money goes into this program. What happens if the money's not spent? Because it's obviously not being spent.
Right. We send you these vouchers. If they don't cash it, where's that money going?
Here is the grift.
Okay.
This is where this is a scam.
Okay.
Tell me I'm wrong on this. They have collected, since they started this thing in 2016 and 2024, they're going to be using these again. They have these 2 property tax levies. They have brought in, through these tax levies for this program, $27 million. $27 million.
Okay.
Do you know how much money of that $27 million has actually made it into campaigns? Did you see this in the article?
I did not.
$10 million.
Out of how much?
Going to candidates. $27 million. Do you know where the other $17 million went?
I guess back in the general fund?
Administrative costs.
Oh, my God. What, licking envelopes, throwing stamps?
That's exactly what they say. That's exactly it.
$17 million to send out the vouchers?
They don't say the full amount went in, but they said an additional $9.6 million, so $10 million goes to candidates. $9.6 million went to program administration and implementation costs, which include printing, mailing, stamp licking, contracting with community groups for outreach.
Yeah. Those are valid expenses.
Not valid,
but not to the tune. And I'm saying
for $10 million bucks.
It takes a machine to get these things made, sent out, get the information to inform the population what they're for, what they can do. But $10 million.
They did this successfully. Did we not have mayoral elections before 2016?
Sure we did.
How on earth did we possibly do a mayoral election without spending taxpayer funding to get community groups to give you outreach to let you know that there was an election happening, or to spend your voucher?
And what was the return? 7%?
7.5%.
Come on. It's time, and we voted again. 59% voted to do it again.
Not only they voted to do it again, they're increasing it by 50%. The amount collected is going up by 50%. So 50% more taxes are going into this thing because it's been such a smashing success.
And it's a noble cause.
No, it's not.
Well, theoretically, the waste is ridiculous. The grift is insulting. It's a noble cause to try to get people inspired to take part in local elections. That was the onus behind this. We're going to give you money, and we want you to send it to the candidate you support, the causes you care about.
Spike, I love how earnest you are and how trusting you are of government. The onus of this was to take money from people. There could be no other explanation.
And feed the beast that is government.
They must have known.
Yeah.
They must have known. Unless they're complete morons, they must have known that people will be engaged as they want to be. Go ahead, Laura. You're laughing.
Don't rule out that they're complete morons.
Oh, never underestimate the stupidity of people in large numbers.
No, I agree. They're complete morons.
People are smart. Crowds.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other reason we know that this is all grift. For the candidates who don't end up using the funds, do you know how much money has been returned of that $27 million back to the coffers to be used in future elections?
How much?
$130,000. So they are coming up with reasons and ways to spend this money that they don't need to be spending.
I'm sorry.
Hey, guess what, guys? Pizza party. Everybody gets a pizza party.
Yeah.
It's like Michael Scott in The Office when they have a surplus. Everybody gets new chairs or a new printer. What do you want? Ridiculous. All right, we got a lot to cover. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
The Northwest's trusted news source, KIRO News Radio.
Police in Federal Way are investigating what appears to be a car explosion.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live from the neighborhood.
I can't tell you enough how crazy this scene is here.
Coverage you depend on.
A massive police presence in Kent.
From voices you know and trust.
We have an active fire inside one of these buildings here.
KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
Hey man, gaining weight, dragging throughout the day, losing your drive? It could be your testosterone. The team at Revive Men's Health Washington gets men back on track with the energy and drive they've been missing. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations, and witness to hundreds of success stories.
I've seen guys come in worn out, discouraged, and just not themselves. A few months into treatment, they're standing taller, speaking with more confidence. It's like watching someone come back to life, like a light switch gets turned back on. When a spouse says, "Thank you, I really have my partner back, better than before," that's the moment it all clicks for me, and that's why I do what I do.
Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has helped more than 120,000 men regain their energy and drive. Start your story today with an in-clinic visit or a secure video appointment. Call 206-529-1111 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 206-529-1111 or schedule anytime at revivemenshealth.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Summer can be the best time of the year, but if it's not feeling good in your house, if it's turning into an oven, some of the problems might be because you don't have enough insulation in your crawl space or attic. In fact, many homes in our region have damaged insulation or even none at all. Yeah, it's Mike Salk here, and you got to get somebody to check on it. That's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and do a full corner-to-corner inspection of your crawl space and attic. And if it turns out that you've got a problem with your insulation, and maybe that's leading to bigger energy bills, guess what? Local utility companies have special incentives to help with the cost of getting your house properly insulated. In fact, if you're a PSC customer and your home was built before 1990, you could qualify to receive a rebate on up to 95% of the cost to get your attic properly insulated. Yep, 95%. Call Crawl Pros if you're worried about critters, mold, water damage, insulation issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic. Schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
Out at the Wilcox family farm, our hens roam freely on fresh green pasture. But that means predators like coyotes and eagles are always nearby. That's where our team of Great Pyrenees help out. These gentle giants were born to protect, and they become a part of our family. Raised alongside the chickens from puppyhood. Our hens are raised humanely, our practices are organic, and our promise is simple. Fresh eggs straight from our farm to your table. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service. Really? Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you. Which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 10/9/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of one unlimited interline apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. One discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile, Wi-Fi, and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here.
And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms.
Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years.
That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives.
We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day.
And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us. Clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations.
So next time you're at the grocery store,
skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them.
Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Safeway, Albertsons, or Town and Country Markets. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens has given me back clear vision. They've performed over 80,000 successful lens replacement surgeries. At Sharp Vision, you'll get the best price combined with the best experience. Sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E, -vision.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
CBS News special report. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been shot at a university in Utah during an appearance. CBS's Anna Schechter.
We just heard from these eyewitnesses who saw an older man being taken into custody, and they heard him say, "I would do it again."
One person taken into custody has been released, according to the university. Witnesses say there was little security.
There were some police officers up there. There was a security. There was no metal detectors or anything for us to go through. They didn't even check our tickets.
CBS's Robert Costa.
He likes being on these campuses, having the direct back and forth. And he was shot today doing what he loves the most, which is engage with people in a roaring debate in a rally setting.
CBS's Maurice Dubois.
From their chief marketing officer, this statement: he was shot in the neck. He's at the hospital, and it doesn't look good.
CBS News special report. I'm Cammie McCormick.
And I'm Aaron Granillo. Lawmakers around the country, including here, are reacting to the shooting of Kirk on social media. Senator Patty Murray saying political violence is never acceptable. It's really that simple. And Representative Dan Newhouse writing, praying for a miracle. And we turn now to the closing bell reports. If you buy insurance through the Washington Health Benefit Exchange, be prepared for some serious sticker shock.
I'm Jillian Raftery. The state has approved an average 21% premium increase for individual health care plans. Last year, 300,000 people bought into these plans, including people who don't get insurance through work or early retirees. About 75% of them qualified for federal tax credits, but those are set to expire at the end of this year. The state is required to approve justifiable rate hikes and says regulatory uncertainty and higher healthcare costs have helped drive prices up.
At the close today on Wall Street, mixed results. The Dow losing 222 points, S&P up 19, NASDAQ ahead by 6. Turning now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. Seattle Sports has our update, and northbound 509 on-ramp from South 188th and Des Moines Memorial Drive remains closed. This is down by the airport as crews continue to work on this overturned semi from earlier this morning. I believe the semi is upright. They're just cleaning up the scene now. Still, though, no estimation of when they're going to reopen. In South Center, North 405 at the West Valley Highway, your two left lanes are blocked for emergency expansion joint repairs. You're backed up to I-5, which is just a small backup, so South Center to Bellevue not really affected, taking 20 minutes, but this backup does extend to eastbound 518, which is backed up to Highway 99, and North 5 is a little crowded at the off-ramp to 405. South 5 into Seattle, crowded from Lake City Way in the downtown. Linwood to Seattle, 25 minutes. Bellevue to Renton is up to 25 minutes as well. South 405 now pretty thick through Factoria after Cold Creek Parkway. You're going to clear out. Everywhere else, you're looking good. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Morning clouds starting to burn off. We'll see at least partly sunny skies this afternoon. Highs in the mid-70s. Right now 70 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. A lot of stuff to get to. We're going to get to some vacation stuff with Spike here in just a few minutes. We'll share some videos. If you guys want to jump onto YouTube and join us for that, lighten the mood a little bit. We've been covering this breaking news that we're still waiting to hear more on. Charlie Kirk, who is a very famous conservative commentator. He was on campus at a university in Utah where he was shot. And the latest news is that he is in critical condition but still alive at a hospital in Utah. I have seen that they are working on him, and that's really all we know about his current state. They also are saying, originally at the top of the show, there was some video circulating with a older gentleman being arrested at the event and hauled off by police. And now the university is saying that the shooting suspect, the Kirk shooting suspect, is not in custody.
Right, so, contrary to what they had said just an hour ago.
Yeah,
on multiple national news services.
Yep. So the story
things are changing.
Is changing and updating as obviously as we're still trying to get more information about it. But say your prayers if you're so inclined that he lives through this. That would be a miracle. All right, let's move on to something a lot lighter and actually feel good. Spike, you had an opportunity to take a little vacation.
I did, and I hadn't been away from work, for over a year. I'd kind of just keep my head down. I love doing what we do. First off, this doesn't feel like work when we come in here and get to do this and share our lives with the audience. I went back to my roots, to Maryland, to the Eastern Shore, Ocean City, Maryland, Atlantic Ocean, beach town, spent my summers there as a youth, worked there as a kid, teenager, blah, blah, blah. I went back and saw friends and family that I've known for better part of, 50 years from my friends, and of course, family that I've raised since I was a baby. And I went to Red, Maryland. I was in Baltimore City very briefly. Most of my time was spent in the county with family or along the Eastern Shore of Maryland. It's Trump country.
Sure.
I went to Magaland, not Maryland, and I had.
Bet you had a good time.
I had a great time, and I had so many conversations with people that I truly love, that I've known my entire life, that are completely ideologically different from me. Here's a photo of me and my buddy. I stayed with my buddy Ron.
Oh, there you go.
And he lives on the ocean in a condo, looking at the ocean. Every morning we got up at sunrise. Got up at sunrise and rode. He's got two bikes. We rode all the way down the beach.
What? Where is this? Is just
Ocean City, right there, Ocean City, Maryland.
This is the boardwalk. Do you know what this looks like? For anybody who's not watching on YouTube, you should be. This is fun. It's like we're doing a little vacation series.
Yeah. Sunrise on the boards.
So this is sunrise. This is what, last week? This is middle of last week?
This was probably Tuesday, Monday morning. Morning this week.
I only know this type of setting based off of my time watching Boardwalk Empire.
Okay,
is that what it's like?
Yeah, it's very similar to the Atlantic City of
1920s.
Right, right. Not a lot of moonshiners. But that's where I was born and raised and grew up, and I got to go back and talk to my friends who feel differently than I do, and we're having heated discussion. Not heated. We're having deep, thoughtful discussions about our ideologies. And Ron says one time, Bud, this is what country is missing. Mm-hmm. It's two people who disagree that can stand and listen to each other and talk to each other. And just, he said, you've listened to everything I've said. You haven't cut me off, countered with the whole 9 years. And that's what seems to be missing these days. So when I had that conversation with everybody that I met with, whether it's longtime friends, my cousins, I explained I've got a transgender child. And explaining that to my aunts and uncles who I've loved, who've known me since they changed my diapers when I was a baby. And we had wonderful open. I know, right? They've suffered enough. We had wonderful open conversations about differences in life and ideology, and it was so wonderful.
Yeah, live your life.
To spend time with people that I disagree with, and have them listen to me and listen to them. It was. We try to do that here. We do it we make our best effort every day. Let's get to the fun.
Yeah, get to the fun.
My buddy
I hope
tried
you didn't
to kill
spend
me
the whole time talking about politics.
No, very, very little. We waited till the last day to have the politics talk.
So you almost had a very dangerous incident happen.
Well,
how did this happen?
So my buddy Ron, who's living at the beach, single guy, 60, never been married, doesn't want it. Knows what he likes, knows what he loves. This is him. That's Ron on one of his wave runners, which is one of those 2-seater sit-down jet skis.
What waterway is this that you're on?
This is the As a Woman Bay, it's called. Which is behind Ocean City, Maryland, which is kind of a sandbar. And the bay behind the city of Ocean City is protected from the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay.
And this is just one of the back waterways. Turtle Bay, I believe we're on back here. He's on his jet ski. I'm on his extra one.
There you are.
That's me right there. I'm the chubby guy right there, about to do 70 miles an hour on a jet ski.
Whoa.
Yeah. And you can see it's flat, early morning. Wind hasn't picked up yet. Calm water. And we're just opening it up. I mean, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning at this point, and we're flying.
Is there anything more fun in the world than a jet ski?
It is the greatest thing. I mean, it is the consummate fun machine. Well, I forget which comedian says, they say money can't buy happiness. You ever see somebody frowning on a jet ski?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look at this. I am just ripping, and the
Daniel
smile
Tosh.
on my face, thank you, smile on my face, ear to ear. We don't have any video of when he tried to kill me.
What happened?
Well, we were doing this and we did it like 3 different days, hours at a time. We'd be there for 2, 3, 4 hours one day, 6 hours one day.
Jet skiing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We'll come back in, fill them up at the dock, fill them up, and we run all the gas out of them, go back, top them off, take them out again, because he owns both of them. And he says to me, let's go out on the ocean. Because I've built up my confidence level after a couple days. I know how to handle this thing.
Sure.
I say, sure. And Ocean City is, like I said, it's a sandbar with the Atlantic Ocean to the east, obviously, and the bay behind it to the west.
So you're in protected smooth waters here.
Protected smooth waters. So he said, it's kind of calm out there. We looked out at the ocean and early in the morning at sunrise when we got up to watch the waves hit the beach. Every morning I was at my feet in the sand and watch the sun break the horizon on the Atlantic. It was retouching my roots to who I am as a person, who I am, where I came from. So we go through the inlet. And you're out into the Atlantic Ocean. And he's done this numerous times throughout the years in the summer. This is you can see me. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, this one I put a camera on the speedometer, and you can see it as it climbs over 70 miles an hour on this jet ski.
Are you worried about sharks?
No, dolphins. Oh my gosh, I rode through the biggest pot of dolphins.
Oh really?
I'm trying to hang on to this thing, doing 50, 60 miles an hour, and you see 20 foot, in front of these dolphins, these pods of dolphins are breaching and breaking, just breaking surface, taking some air.
Yikes, that's fast.
I saw dolphins everywhere. And you can see how flat that is. It's glass.
Unbelievable.
Right? Takes me out in the ocean. We don't have any film of this because I was holding on for dear life. We go out in the ocean and the wind had picked up. And we're on these 2 wave runners, right? And we're no more than, 500 yards off of shore. But we're talking about 5-6 foot rolling surf coming in, rollers. And I'm
going 70?
No. There I'm doing 25, 30 miles an hour because I'm trying to fight the surf. If you just sat there and let it let it take you, I'd have been pitched sideways and I've been off this thing. I'm trying to navigate I could equate it to like a motocross rider on those intense moguls where they're just never stop. Arms are going.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
And I'm doing that on the ocean. And it's throwing me. My new nickname is Corky because I'm bouncing about like a cork on the ocean. And we lasted about 10 minutes out in the ocean. And Ron looks at me and gives me the turn him around. Let's get back in.
He goes, "You're not going to make it out here, buddy."
It was no fun. It was too much. He apologized. He goes, "Dude, I didn't realize it had gotten that.
Just too much work.
Too much work and not safe. If I'd have fallen off that wave runner out there in that surf, I don't know that I would have been able to climb back onto it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just the water was that
turbulent? The waves were that coming in that fast, and we're talking about 5-6 foot rollers. They're going just wave after wave after wave after wave, not breaking on the beach, rolling in about 500 yards offshore.
The cool thing about that area is there's so much history around there too. Like as you're driving around on a jet ski, just like laughing your butt off. Are you thinking about the history that has come through there?
Oh, absolutely.
Like the founding of our country.
Oh yeah, every back there, every building back there is made of brick. It's hundreds of years old.
Unbelievable.
And where we were in the ocean is off of Assateague Island, Chincoteague Island, where the wild pony. I saw wild horses run up and down the beach.
Let me, I got to interrupt you real fast because we're just getting this breaking news. This is horribly sad breaking news. Donald Trump on Truth Social just posted, he says, the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understands or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania, and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. This is incredibly sad news. This is
sorry.
Unbelievably sad news. This is a guy.
This is from the president. There it is. Okay, it's coming across now. The national networks are.
This is a guy who had 2 beautiful young children.
Yeah, married
4
less than
years
4 years.
married.
Yeah.
He was a lightning rod because of his political views.
I can honestly say I despised everything the guy stood for and said.
It can't be everything. He had a family that he
you're
loved
right.
them, so you probably loved
I'm talking about his public persona. I disagree. I'll say that.
Politically,
but,
just like the people you were
gosh.
talking about in Baltimore, I bet you 90% of this guy's life he would have said, yeah, good dude.
Yeah,
loves his wife, loves his kids.
Absolutely. And that's never the solution. Violence is never the solution. That is just heartbreaking.
That is so depressing. That is awful news.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Prayers to his family, prayers to his wife and his beautiful kids, and God bless them.
Prayers for our nation. If we're at a moment where this seems acceptable to even the smallest percentage of people, I think we need to pray for each other. I really do.
Yeah,
we can't be here. This is untenable for people to think that this is the solution to where we are.
It's a good. I can't think of anything more to say at the moment. We will be right back after this commercial break. Stick around.
The closing bell is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital Common Sense Lending.
The John Curley Show.
In-N-Out Burger, is that the ones with the old-fashioned 1950s hat on and stuff like that?
Weekdays 3 to 7.
They definitely used to. I don't know.
I think they still have that.
Yeah,
they're
probably.
incredibly courteous service. I noticed that as well.
Yeah, they're
second only to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, those people are so kind. You could, while you're waiting in line, they baptize your child, spay and neuter people, dogs anyway. Yeah.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan. $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington. Celebrate with payments as low as $125 a month. A beautiful bath installed in one day, no mess, and a lifetime warranty. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com today.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends. And explore the lively nightlife scene. The Dining District at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at bellevuecollection.com/dining district.
All right, welcome back to the show. Sadly, we have to report again the breaking news that Charlie Kirk, political commentator, was killed while giving on campus at Utah Valley University. He was there doing his one of his tours where he goes around and he engages with members of the audience at these massive gatherings. There's be always thousands and thousands of students would show up. And somebody shot him, and he was rushed to the hospital. He was listed for a while as in critical condition, and people were praying and hoping that a miracle might happen and that he might survive. But he has now perished, and he's been announced as dead, which is very, very depressing and sad. His wife posted on X just a couple hours prior to this event. They're a very, they're outspoken Christian family. She posted a Bible verse. She said, Psalm 46:1, God is our refuge and strength, a very pleasant help in trouble. And when you think about the fact that she posted that just an hour and a half before her husband was shot and killed, they have 2 kids, very young. His oldest kid looks like his daughter looks like she's probably 3 years old, a relatively new baby boy. I think he's been married to his wife for about 4 years. Just horrible. And, we're in a business where we give our opinions about things. This is the business that we're in. We give commentary on things and our opinions, and sometimes people don't like those opinions. And it's very, very sad to see stories like this where I mean, for 1,000 reasons, this is a tragic and horrible story. But also, there is this thing in the country where people don't even want to let you have a different thought than they have, or they think that that's somehow violence against them because you feel a certain way. And then it drives people, crazy people. Obviously, somebody who takes a shot at somebody is obvious.
Yeah,
that person is
suffering from
lost the plot.
Yeah.
But that person felt for whatever reason that they were going to try to silence Charlie Kirk for having an opinion that they didn't like, and it's very sad. It's just a very, very sad story.
Well, Charlie Kirk's opinions, they offended me on a lot of fronts. They put my family's safety at risk on a lot of fronts. I can honestly say that. And with all due respect, let me say, with all due respect,
go ahead. I don't want to get an argument.
With all due respect, when someone is vilifying the community, that includes my family, and vilifying this community on a regular basis, it's going to anger and enrage people, and it angered and enraged me. But to your point, not to the point of thinking that this is an acceptable solution to the problem. You know, in this country, we have fought for and died for the right to hold an opinion. It's one of the most cherished freedoms in this country. It's what makes this country so much different than any other previous example on the face of the earth. Was that we can all be of different minds, of different beliefs, different faiths, and come together and have disagreements and have our own, but we've always been able to respect each other and live with our differences. Country's been through times like this before. I mean, we've been through periods of political assassination where they seem to be, going to end the nation in the late 60s, whether it was, George Wallace being shot, whether it was the Kennedys, both John and Robert being shot, of civil rights leaders being shot. We've gone through these periods before where the rhetoric and the division has been turned up to such a degree that people feel impassioned, they feel threatened, they feel like their Americanism, their way of life is being challenged, if not threatened, and they delude themselves into thinking that I have to stand up for my beliefs, for my cause. When they find the madman, I'm assuming, that shot and killed Charlie Kirk today, he will, in his mind, have justified this horrific action because of his beliefs. And when we've gotten to a place where people think this is an accepted solution to our problems, we have really lost the thread of who we are.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It is. And when I say Charlie Kirk, the things he spoke to and spoke of and believed in and fought for were his to do. They angered me. I didn't agree with any of them. They were his beliefs, his faiths, his family.
His right to have them. We live in that country. You can have that right.
Absolutely. And they were dear to him.
It cost him his life.
It did. This is tragic.
It's horrible.
And this is a day one of those days. But was it 2 months ago we lost two different legislators in Minnesota, and their families were attacked for political reasons. The rhetoric has got to be reeled in by everybody involved. Both sides are doing it. Both sides are guilty of it. Both support bases are filled with enough of these people who are broken, who think that's justification.
All right, we got to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
While you're getting ready every morning, make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO Newsradio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO Newsradio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with X5 Complete required for unlimited data, except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to overaccomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Do you know someone whose everyday actions make Washington stronger? Someone whose care, service, and connection lift us all. They're Washington's community champions, and WSECU wants to celebrate them this fall. Steve Rabel here. WSECU has been serving Washington since 1957, and they're the only credit union named Forbes' Best Credit Union 5 years running. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your Washington Community Champion today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. There is breaking news at this hour.
The conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has died after being shot in the neck during an event at Utah Valley University earlier this afternoon.
CBS's Maurice Dubois. The suspect is still at large. Anna Schechter reports it's a complex scene.
In a situation like this where you had so many people in an open air space, lots of chaos right as soon as that shot was fired, people running every which way, dropping items, very difficult to figure out where exactly that shot came from and where the shooter might have fled to.
CBS's Ed O'Keefe on Kirk's influence with Donald Trump.
We know this was somebody who met frequently with the president-elect last year after the election to go through potential cabinet selections. Someone who rallied skeptical Republicans to the side of, for example, the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, and encouraged or put pressure on them to support him earlier this year when there were questions about his qualifications. Someone with incredible influence at the White House, someone who's visited the White House hundreds of times and who today is very much in the thoughts of those that work in the West Wing.
NATO warplanes shot down Russian drones over Poland last night in a provocative act by Moscow. Eleanor Watson has more from the Pentagon.
The NATO Secretary General said that there will be a full accounting of Russia's intent, but already some European leaders are pointing to these violations with the fear that Russia was probing NATO air responses to test what would happen if Russia decides to put on a larger attack in the future.
Israel launched strikes in Yemen today. Yesterday's strikes on Hamas targets in Qatar are still raising concerns. Former U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Edward Jajarian.
Well, I asked a question. If Israel is such a close ally, why did it not coordinate fully with the United States when it's obviously not in the U.S. national security interest to have to put Qatar in this situation?
Matt Piper has new developments in the investigation into the deadly collapse of a Surfside, Florida condominium tower.
Investigators who have been working for the last 4 years now say the partial collapse likely began in the condominium's pool deck rather than the residential tower. Lead investigator Glenn Bell.
The pool deck's slab column connections had critically low margins of safety.
He says in the weeks leading up to the collapse, a sliding glass door fell off its frame with a horizontal crack in a planter wall and shifting of a gate, causing it to become inoperable.
98 people died when that tower collapsed. On Wall Street today, stocks finished mixed. The Dow Jones Industrial's off 220 points. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE
and Progressive.com.
Coming up, a federal request raises privacy concerns in Washington. That's after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. In South Center, we're all clear. North 405 at the West Valley Highway, where WashDOT conducted emergency expansion joint repairs. They had a couple lanes closed for about an hour or so. Those backups, earlier backups, are quickly clearing out. South 5 at State Route 516, we've got a disabled vehicle. It's on your right shoulder, but drivers are slowing down at the scene, and we have a little backup starting back at South 188. Seattle to Federal Way, you're up to a half-hour commute. Linwood to Seattle is a half-hour commute. We're beginning to thicken up there in the U District, and that carries into downtown. North 5 gets crowded as you approach the West Seattle Bridge. Bellevue to Renton, 25 minutes. South 405 is thick as you head through Factoria. And we've got some crowding developing North 405 between Bothell and Canyon Park. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The Department of Justice is now asking Washington to turn over all voter-related information that includes names, addresses, and driver's license numbers. DOJ says it wants to assess Washington's compliance with federal voting laws. Washington Attorney General Nick Brown says,
if the request is illegal, then we will oppose it. If there is a legal basis for the request, then we will abide with the law.
And Washington Secretary of State Steve Hobbs says he is reviewing that letter from the DOJ, but likely will not hand over that data. King County has chosen the wrong location for its latest crisis care center. That's according to critics addressing the county council today. Business owner Jill Crownhour tells the council the proposed site near Broadway and Pike is already too chaotic.
You're asking a vulnerable population that requires a calm environment to enter this chaos, and those seeking drug treatment into a place where they will be vulnerable.
Voters approved funding 2 years ago for 5 24/7 walk-in centers to address mental health or substance use challenges. Objections from civil rights advocates did not stop the Seattle City Council from expanding a crime-fighting camera program. KIRO News Radio's Corwin Hake explains.
In a 7-2 vote, the council add CCTV cameras to 3 more neighborhoods. Councilmember Robert Kettle rejected concerns the U.S. Department of Homeland Security could co-opt the footage.
DHS has no access to SPD data regarding civil matters such as immigration.
Newly approved cameras in the Stadium District, on Capitol Hill, and near Garfield High School join existing cameras along Aurora Avenue and in the Chinatown International District. Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
Good update about that 7-year-old boy missing in Tacoma. He has been found. Skylar Doty was last seen last night near the downtown area. Tacoma police say he got off the Link Light Rail with the woman he knows. They were walking together on Martin Luther King Jr. Way. Weather forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Afternoon sunshine today with highs topping out in the low 70s. Right now we've hit 70 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome back to the show. It is a very sad day of breaking news. Charlie Kirk, political commentator and very, very popular figure on college campuses all around the country. He would go around and give these speeches and debates with students on campus. He has been killed today. He was giving doing one of these debates at the University of Utah Valley University.
UVU, yeah.
Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. And somebody in the middle of a speech that he was giving, in the middle of a back and forth, a shot rang out. He was hit in the neck. He was taken to a local hospital there. He was flown to a local hospital where they attempted to save his life. He was listed as in critical condition for a short time, and then they just released information a short time ago, about 15 minutes ago, that he was dead. This is tragic and very, very sad. He is survived by his wife and two small children. So it's very, very sad news. We will bring you more as we know it. But that is just one of those tragic stories that I think a lot of us are going to remember for a very long time. All right, let's move over to something else here. This is actually kind of in the same universe as this, though. There was just recently We covered it here on the station. I don't know if we covered it here on the show, but there was a former student at a local school district was arrested at his house with 23 firearms. Lots of them, I believe, were acquired through 3D printing purposes. Right, Very scary situation. According to Jason Rance's story on SeattleRed.com that you guys can check out there were some writings that, quote, mass shooting scenario writings, explosive materials. Allegedly, there was violence that was planned against schools. Now, what's interesting here, I mean, the wonderful thing here is that a crisis was averted, especially after, what was it, was it a month ago? Was it 2 weeks ago? I don't even remember when it was. The Minneapolis shooting.
Yeah.
That ended with a couple of students being shot and killed. That was horrible. Locally here, they got to him before he was able to do anything, which is amazing and a complete blessing. And actually, you know what? In light of everything that we're seeing on the news right now and happened with Charlie Kirk today, it does make you want to take a second to just be grateful for the moments of crisis that are averted.
Yeah,
and this one
amen.
Certainly was.
Amen.
The part that parents, I think, need to pay attention to and that they need to care about, and I hope the school, in light of everything that's happening and all evidence points to how vital it is to make sure that we're protecting these kids and keeping them safe. This was the Franklin Pierce School District. Now, if you listen to the show regularly, you are not surprised to hear that name, Franklin Pierce School District, because just recently, or no, you might be surprised to hear the name. Just recently, they announced that they were getting rid of their SRO program, their School Resource Officer program.
For budgetary reasons. They deemed that of the, how much was their their annual budget? $140 million? Yeah, they couldn't come up with an extra $175,000 to keep kids safe.
They claimed that they couldn't come up with the money, and so they said, we want one resource officer, but not two, and
program doesn't work that way. They
Pierce County Sheriff's Office
for
said,
safety.
Yep, it's in tandem. We want to make sure there's somebody for backup if needed, and so we would need to have you order two. And the school said, no, we just can't come up with that money, budgetary reasons. Although there are people now who are speculating that this wasn't actually about budgetary reasons, that there was actually people working behind the scenes for years to get rid of those school resource officers on campus, and this to me is folly. Complete folly. And if you have been following the stuff that happened in Minneapolis, or if you're following this thing that happened today on another school campus in Utah, you need security there. Now in Utah, I imagine that they had school security, and I imagine there were even people that were there as part of Charlie Team's security. There had to have been. Doesn't mean that it's a catch-all that's going to get every single thing. But you want to do what you can to protect your kids.
There was a 2 students shot today in Denver at a high school in Denver. The story's been overshadowed by the tragic assassination of Charlie Kirk. So the instances, the examples are you don't have to look far. They're everywhere. The fact that schools, I'll tell you what, when I was back home on vacation with family, I got to spend time with my my cousin's 2 kids, both high school. One's actually off first year in college, the youngest is a junior in high school. Got to drive her to school in the morning after having breakfast with her. Pull up to this beautiful, beautiful new school out in Baltimore County, outside the city of Baltimore. And it's her comment, and she's a great, bright kid, a national caliber swimmer. My school, look at it, looks like a prison. I'm like, yeah, it's tough. And I thought to myself, well, there's a reason that new school designs are built for safety, for kids, are built up.
You got to be safe, yeah.
You got to. You have to have one-way doors. You have to have, less windows, more walls. It's heartbreaking reality of where we find ourselves as a country. And for people to push back against law enforcement support for the safety of your kids.
It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
We had all those kids that were speaking out during this particular story about the SROs.
Yeah, kids from Garfield who recently had a student killed.
Right.
Who said, please bring back SROs, please.
You know the ones speaking out against it?
Were the kids who
there were kids who, and where do you think
zero experience.
And where do you think they hear this? From their parents. That's where they get these ideologies that the police don't belong in our schools. Blah, blah, blah,
I don't know that they're hearing it from the parents. I know they're probably hearing it a lot of the times. They're probably hearing it in the schools where they're not having school resource officers.
Yeah,
I don't know where they're. I imagine most parents that I would talk to, I can't think of a single parent that I've talked to actually about it, and I've talked to quite a few. Now, again, these are people in my direct circle and my friendship, so maybe their ideas are different than your friends. Nobody thinks it's a good idea for kids to be on school campuses in this day and age without having some quick access to a school resource officer. I had zero bad experiences with school resource officers when I went to high school. We had 2 on campus all the time. One of them was a canine cop. They would walk around. Everybody liked them. They were super friendly and nice. It actually introduced younger people to police before they got out into the community as adults. Not a bad idea.
I'm with you there. And the relationship between law enforcement and school-age kids could use some goodwill, could use some positive examples.
100%. And for Franklin Pierce School District to claim that they don't have the money for this, they have $140 million in their budget last year. It's probably more this year.
Has that
$140 million.
Has that been readdressed since the story broke about?
I keep talking about it.
I know. I appreciate that you do.
Their superintendent. Let's look at how much money he made. He's not even one of the higher paid.
No.
This is to let you know how much these superintendents make. I think the highest paid superintendent in our state is nearly $600,000.
Yeah, it was in the 550s plus
the superintendent of Franklin Pierce School District, who canceled SROs, where this kid was just arrested, who was a previous student in the Franklin Pierce School District. He was arrested with 23 firearms. He had allegedly been planning, according to the story, violence against schools. It's not crazy or out of the realm of possibility that if he was successful in doing this, he might go back to a school that he was already familiar with. I don't know that.
He had writings of mass shootings.
Writings talking about these things.
Yeah.
The superintendent of that school made $238,000 in 2023, $280,000 in 24. If that trend continues, that's about 40 more each year. Then I would imagine that this year there's a fair chance that he's making over $300,000 a year. Now, you got to ask yourself as a parent, would you rather have a school resource officer on campus to respond to the worst case scenario, or would you rather have a superintendent who's probably never on campus to have a high salary? I know where my vote would go, but I'm not in Franklin Pierce School District. What do you think about that, Spike? Am I being unfair?
No, I don't think you are. And like you said, and it's not just any. We have to point to one particular instance or incident to say that this is a valid need. A concern for parents, a need for students to have the resource officers available, and because moments can make the difference in life or death in these situations of shooters. And we have all you're asking for is 2 dedicated officers. And this was within like six schools, if I remember correctly, in the Franklin Pierce School District, that these 2 officers would be dedicated and assigned to and immediately be able to respond to.
Listen to this. King 5 had this story on Franklin Pierce when they shut down their school resource officer program. They quoted a recent rally speaker at a rally celebrating the canceled program. They said, "Make some noise because we canceled that contract. This is a huge victory for students, families, and the broader community." That was an activist that declared that at the rally, according to King 5.
Victory how? I mean, I'd love to talk to her.
For 5 years. King 5 says their efforts have been underway for 5 years to cancel this program. The school's not claiming it's budgetary. I really do think in this moment, it would be great if the school could answer that question about, was it actually budgetary, or were there behind the scenes conversations that were taking place where you're trying to appease an activist community that don't want to see school resource officers on campus? Because I bet you that activist community is not made up of a ton of parents.
No.
Of kids who go to that school.
And SROs on school campuses, they're not policing student activity, student behavior. They're not searching
lockers. They're
lockers.
to keep them safe.
Right. Exactly, and the misconception about why they're there is probably why these activists are so celebratory.
Do we have
about
that audio?
canceling.
Yeah, do we have that audio, Laura? Can you bump that up from those kids that we talked to? Was it Nathan Lane High School? Is that where they were at?
No.
Nathan Hale, not Nathan Lane. Nathan Lane's an actor.
I'd love that school. That'd be a great school.
Is there a Nathan Lane High School local here?
Prom night,
Nathan Hale.
Spring musical at Nathan Lane.
Can you load that up to the top so I can play that audio? They talked to a couple students about school resource officers, and you can tell by the voice of the kid who's talking, he's never had an experience with a school resource officer. Right. He's probably gotten information from some of these rallies and some of these activists, and he's probably gotten false information that they somehow make the school less safe. This is Leo. He's a sophomore at Nathan Hale. And we're not going to say his last name. God bless him. I'm sure he means well. I think he's probably just ignorant of the issue, but here you go.
This is something that both me and every student that I have talked to have been strongly opposed to. Most studies shows that when SROs are in schools, violence increases. And students are scared to come to schools. We need preventable issues, not just in criminalization, and ways to stop it after an incident occurs.
Where's he getting these facts? What did he say? What did he say there?
Most studies show that violence increases when there are SROs on campus?
Show me one study that shows that. One study.
He seems like a bright kid. I'm sure he's drawn from some...
I would imagine that could maybe be a correlation. Like SROs end up in schools that
where
kind
there's
of
super
are
violent
more
schools.
Yeah.
So look at the people who were at Garfield High School who spoke about this and said, can you please, at Seattle Public School District, can you please bring back police officers so we feel safe to go to school?
1 week from today, the school bell will ring and students will flood back into the halls of Garfield. Then the clock will begin to tick. Does that feel like a lot of pressure? Yeah, it should.
We don't need your comfort, we need your action.
Many of these officers were from the surrounding community in the CD and not just random officers. While counselors are valuable resources to schools, kids will not stop getting shot and killed at Garfield because of counselors alone.
This is Accountability Officer Ted Howard. He's on the cabinet of the Superintendent of Seattle Public Schools.
Are we ready to move from reacting to incidents towards building a culture where safety is inseparable from learning?
Yeah, it should be. Absolutely.
Amen. I got my vote there.
Let's see here. These are some parents talking about school resource officers. How do parents feel about it?
Seeing a police outside that is a little unsettling, but I mean, in today's times, it is what it is. So you kind of got to roll with it, let it go, and just hope for the best. Hope she stays safe.
Here's what I know, honestly. My kids recently started school again the other day. Yeah. This was just 2 weeks, or maybe a week after that horrible school shooting in Minneapolis. And at my kids' elementary school, there were 2 police officers out front greeting parents as they walked in their kids to the first day of school. Yeah. And my heart leapt for joy.
Yeah.
Because
you breathed a sigh of relief, didn't you?
I breathed a sigh of relief, and I said, thank God I live in an area that values the safety of kids over the opinions of activists who want to get police officers out of schools, which is completely nonsense.
Well, the vilification of law enforcement was how we got into trouble, 4 or 5 years ago with the whole defund the police idiocy.
Yeah.
The police, the communities, it seems to me, and maybe it's anecdotal, maybe it's just my perception, the communities that need policing the most want policing the most. They want communities. Communities where crime is a problem, they want law enforcement presence. They want cop cars rolling down the streets. They want the community to know who the cop on the beat is. Everybody's hearkening back to the good old days when you knew the cop walking down the street in your neighborhood, the cop that stopped in at local businesses.
Yes.
Who is to vilify? I mean, there are outlier examples of cops who overstep. But that's the poster boy for defund, for get SROs, for a police car out front of schools giving kids intimidation feelings. That's not why they're there. That's not what they do. And I wish we could mend these relationships and these perceptions.
Well, it's real
of law
easy.
Enforcement. Yeah, put a couple SROs.
It's real easy. Put them on campus.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's really interesting. I mean, they really made this decision at the absolute worst moment to make a decision like this. I wonder if they're going to have the foresight to reverse course and back up.
I wonder if there could be enough pressure from the parents in that community to say, hey, look, look at your budget. Look at where your dollars being allocated. The amount of money we spend every year. And you tell me that 2 dedicated SROs to this school district, we don't warrant that for our kids?
What's the $170,000 is what they couldn't come up with.
Right. They had
what
money
percentage
for
of
one.
that? What percentage of that of $140 million?
It's less than 170,000, so it's less than 1%. Less than 1
far less.
100th of 1%. I'm going to say 0.001% probably.
You can't come up with that
if I'm for one officer.
Come on.
So yeah,
ridiculous. All right, should we move on to something else real fast?
Sure.
That's not all shooting stuff. All right. Do you guys want to talk about childcare? This is a story that I think a lot of people are chatting about right now. There's a mayoral race happening.
Who you endorsing, by the way? No, I'm kidding. I make a joke.
Well, here, I want to set this up because I want to set up this conversation so that we can have this next.
Okay.
You have 2 candidates. You have Bruce Harrell.
The incumbent.
You have Katie Wilson.
The challenger. In this far left corner.
They are both pitching the idea of free childcare for parents. They say, listen, it's very expensive. Everybody knows that. Childcare is very expensive. It has been forever. It will be forever. They're saying we want to make it free for people. Their plan for how to get you free childcare, I think, is going to raise some eyebrows.
Okay.
So I want to talk about that when we come back.
Sure.
And I would also like people's opinions on whether or not they think that this latest news about Katie Wilson either faking or getting a retraction of the endorsements from local black leaders has any effect on the upcoming election. Because, again, primaries are very different things than the election.
Oh, yeah.
People show up. They actually start voting. Something like this when you get a moniker like Shady Katie, which is what she's being called today, that stuff tends to stick. And right before an election happens, it's, we'll see. But she was up a fair amount over Bruce Harrell last time I checked. I think she was up by
raised a lot of eyebrows, the numbers she brought in the primaries. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to find out if that has any has any teeth, and we're going to chat about it with you guys next. I want to play you some clips, actually, of them talking about how they want to offer free childcare and what that would mean for you. I'm scratching my head. This is not making sense to me. So we'll get into that when we get back. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens.
The John Curley Show.
I told my wife once that you can tell the temperature outside.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You count the number of chirps that a cricket makes in 15 seconds, and you multiply that by 4, and that tells you the outside temperature. All right, you know what?
What kind of formulas?
I'm going to look it up. And you know what? You're going to be eating your words in there, Mr. Laffy, traffic, Laffy.
Okay. The John Curley Show. Weekdays 3 to 7. Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Are you looking at senior living options for you or a loved one? If so, you likely have many questions like, what can I afford? How long will my savings last? And if I run out of money, will I have to move out? If these questions are weighing on you, I'm here to talk you through different solutions. Hi, I'm Amanda from Care Partners Senior Living. At Care Partners, we're focused on offering high-quality, compassionate care at very affordable prices to help stretch and preserve your assets. And if you ever run out of funds and need to convert to Medicaid, you won't have to move. We have vibrant communities throughout Western Washington, Spokane, and Arizona offering independent, assisted living, and memory care. Our caregivers are some of the most loving and genuine people you'll ever meet. Stretch your assets, preserve your estate, and never worry about moving. That's peace of mind in the Care Partners Living Difference. Learn more at carepartnersliving.com. Care Partners is excited to announce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, Snohomish, and North Creek Bothell. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
When I needed some work done on my roof, there was only one company to call, Valentine Roofing. And let me tell you, if your roof or gutters are not fall ready, you need Valentine too. Hey, this is Jake Skorheim. Whether it's your roof, gutters, or siding, even attic insulation to exterior cleaning, Valentine Roofing has been helping KIRO listeners for the past 15 years. And with zero down financing for most projects, you can get the work done now and pay over time. So do what I did. Call 206 Roofing and get your free estimate today. That's 206 Roofing.
I'm Captain John Kelly with the Salvation Army. The Seattle Addiction Recovery Program helps men break free from addiction at no cost to them through physical, emotional, and spiritual growth. That's why our success rate is nearly 4 times the national average. While participants pay nothing, it costs the Salvation Army about $10,000 to help one person graduate into recovery. Want to help? Join us for the Red Shield Classic Golf Tournament, September 11th at Echo Falls. Register or donate at tsaredshieldclassic.org. Together, we can change lives.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For the news you trust.
Breaking news we are getting.
Experience matters.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo.
James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Good morning. I'm Heather Bosch.
Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
We're on YouTube, our app, and 97.3 FM.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Hey, we've got Wes Jones here of sellwithwes.com. Wes, what if I'm a home seller, but I've got a unique property? Maybe I have a lot of acreage, or a horse pasture, or a castle and a moat, or a house with some sort of unique design. Can you help with that?
If you've got something like that, I definitely want to hear from you guys. Working with unique properties is one of my favorite things to do in real estate. And the reason why is I get to utilize my full arsenal of marketing techniques. We can do aerial photography, we can do video walkthroughs, we can do actual video, we can do target marketing. But one of the unique things that I can do that other realtors don't is some of the access to other media that I can advertise your properties in. The local blogs, Seattle Times, King 5, all of my properties have been featured on programs like those.
That's Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. He sold a ton of unique properties, and he can sell yours too. Sellwithwes.com, sellwithwes.com, a better way to sell your home.
For over 50 years, Buc-ee's has provided oil changes, brakes, factory service, and more with expertise and good old-fashioned customer service. No appointment needed, friendly financing available. Visit Buc-ee's.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
I'm Aaron Granillo. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been killed in Utah. CBS News has the latest.
CBS News special report. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk has died after being shot during an appearance at a college in Utah. CBS's Robert Costa.
It's hard to quantify and characterize the amount of anger, frustration, pain that is being felt in so many corners of American politics right now, especially those who knew Charlie Kirk.
Authorities do not have a suspect in custody, and campus police at Utah Valley University were going building to building to evacuate people. CBS's Ed O'Keefe on Kirk's influence.
Founded this group, Turning Point USA, back in 2012, inspired by the Tea Party movement. And he very quickly became a really influential conservative leader, especially among younger conservatives, galvanizing them to vote for various Republican candidates, and became very close with the Trump family.
President Trump has ordered flags lowered to half staff. CBS News special report. I'm Cammie McCormick.
And I'm Aaron Granillo. If you purchase health insurance through the state exchange, you are in for a big rate hike. The state's approving an average 21% premium increase for individual health plans. 300,000 people bought into those plans last year. About 75% of them qualified for federal tax subsidies. Those are set to expire at the end of this year. If you are feeling pain at the pump, you are not alone, as we hear from KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery.
Average prices are up 6 cents from just yesterday and 16.4 cents per gallon in a week, according to fuel analysts at Gas Buddy. That makes it an average of $4.69 in King County, $4.44 in Pierce County, and $4.49 in Snohomish County. One station in Mill Creek showed a price increase of 20 cents over the last week. The national average is $3.19. While some stations are seeing close to $5 per gallon, we're nowhere near the highest recorded average for a gallon in our state, which was $5.54 in June of 2022.
At 2:33 now, we go to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. Seattle Sports has our update. In Auburn, eastbound 18, just past the Valley Freeway, a collision blocks your right lane. That's why you're backed up bumper to I-5 and Federal Way. Southbound 167 is packed from Highway 18 into Sumner. Renton to Puyallup, already a 45-minute drive with more crowding through Renton and Kent. Southbound I-5 is crowded between Highway 18 and the Fife Curve. Seattle to Federal Way will take you 40 minutes. You're going to start to slow near Interurban Avenue. Bellevue to Renton, right around a half hour. And heading into Seattle from Linwood is a 25-minute drive. You're heavy from Ravenna Boulevard down to I-90. And in Burien, northbound 509, that on-ramp from South 188th and Des Moines Memorial Drive remains closed as crews clean up from our earlier semi-crash. Still no estimated time to reopen. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Plenty of afternoon sunshine today. Highs in the low to mid 70s. We're at 72 currently in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Lots of stuff to get to. Obviously, the national breaking news, which is the very, very sad death of Charlie Kirk. He was assassinated while he was giving a speech at a Utah campus. And the assassin is still on the loose. That's the update to the story. People are still looking for whoever did this. They initially arrested somebody who video quickly spread around social media, and people thought they might have had the guy. He did not look like the guy you would expect. He was kind of an older gentleman. He was, very gray hair. He looked confused in the moment. Obviously, the university and now all the news, different news sites are reporting that's not the guy, and the assassin's still on the loose. So very scary situation happening in Utah, and very tragic. He leaves behind a wife and 2 very small children. Very, very sad. The White House has lowered flags to half-mast, and I think a lot of people are praying for his family, as they should. All right, let's move over to something local here. Let's talk about the mayoral candidates and their plans for childcare. This is a story, Spike, that you wanted to cover here that I think is something we both saw and thought, yeah, this is very interesting. So you have incumbent Bruce Harrell. You have the challenger, Katie Wilson. They're each pitching an expansion of city-funded programs for childcare in Seattle. In this Seattle Times piece, they say neither have guaranteed sources to pay for these proposals. So that could be a problem. Katie Wilson was recently asked about childcare and summer camp, free childcare for summer for families all around the city during the summertime, which obviously we're not in summer anymore. We're in the school year. But this is what she had to say about it.
Who doesn't love summer in Seattle? Parents. At least it's a little more complicated for us. For parents, summer can feel less like freedom and more like stress. Every parent knows that finding childcare is difficult, but finding affordable childcare is next to impossible. And higher! The price tag for summer childcare, even an affordable program, can cost you $400 to $700 a week. Then there's the logistics.
By the way, that would be like a very affordable childcare. It's a lot more expensive usually.
It is. I don't know where she's shopping, but
summer programs are so scarce, many parents are left spending their free time refreshing websites, hoping to win a slot. And if you do win a slot, chances are it doesn't line up with your work schedule. That leaves you begging your boss for flexibility, just so your child has a safe place to be. It's stressful, it's unfair, and it doesn't have to be this way.
Yada, yada. So she wants free childcare. So does Bruce Harrell.
Yeah.
Neither of them can pay for it. But it is one of those campaign promises that sounds nice. What do you think about this?
I think it's essential to economic stability. I think
free childcare.
Well, subsidized, government-assisted childcare. I really do believe that. There was a study done that for every dollar the federal government would spend on helping families afford childcare, it would be a return of $4 in economic growth to the country. I think they estimated if you spent $40 billion providing universal childcare assistance coast to coast, it would return $160 million in economic impact for families that could work, that you could pay child care providers of livable wage, which would be, of course, fiddled down into the economy.
So Seattle currently has something called the Seattle Child Care Assistance Program. It doles out, they said, about assistance for families who are below the city's median income, which is about $140,000 for a family of 4. So if you are a family of 4 and you make less than $140,000 a year, you can apply for this. They have, at present, they offer about 800 spots. It's a pretty small program, but they have just gotten a new levy through, and so they're hoping that they're able to raise that number by 1,000, up to 1,800 kids. I'm sorry, up to 1,400 kids. Yeah. King County also has a child care subsidy program for up to 1,800 kids through their Best Start for Kids levy.
And which is just a fraction of the need for families struggling to find child care. Families who have to earn 2 incomes to make ends meet.
This is one of those tricky topics because people have to make a decision. They have to decide to have kids. And when they have kids, whose responsibility are those kids, right?
Yeah.
And are they our responsibility, taxpayers, or are they the people's responsibility who've had them? And so if you're asking taxpayers to step up and say, hey, you know what? You need to pay for other people's children, then I can understand why a lot of people would kind of balk at that and go, well, I don't know if that's the best case.
Well, it depends upon, it boils down to where your priorities are for our tax dollars. They're going to collect taxes, and what are those dollars, how do they best serve the community?
So your argument is, and I think I understand it, I think it makes sense. These parents want the best for their kids. Mm-hmm. They can't afford it necessarily, but they have an idea in mind for childcare. Mm-hmm. So the city gives them vouchers so that the kid can go to these things, and then they're able to choose. And the city doesn't choose where the kids go, right? The parents are able to choose themselves.
No, but they do choose which families get the help. As both mayoral candidates are saying, they need to expand these programs that already exist. They just don't know how they're going to pay for them yet, which is always the case.
Let me ask you this question.
Sure.
What do you think about school vouchers?
I'm kind of coming around on school vouchers because, first off, I was very against them because I think it takes money away from public schools. And I think we've kind of all come to the realization, at least I've come to the realization, when I say we all, I mean you and I, you kind of been there a long time, that better management of school resources is a better solution than just more school resources.
Yeah.
But I think with regard to school vouchers, if parents can, dictate whether or not their tax dollars go to fund the public school their kid goes to, or give them credit to put that money in toward a private school, it'll first off help ease the strain on public schools.
Sure.
They're overcrowded. They're understaffed. If kids are going to private schools, then it may help to alleviate that situation.
And in every other scenario, when you have competition, it raises the bar. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, that's always true. That's a very true axiom. But if you're talking about, pulling resources from public schools, I'm not going to make public schools stronger having to compete with private schools. I don't know if that's realistic.
The problem is that there almost seems to be a correlation between how much money you're giving, which is a lot, to public spending, to public schools, and test scores just dropping through the floor.
Boy, I saw those numbers.
We spend so much money on public education. I think Seattle Public School District's yearly budget, can you look this up, Laura? Can you verify this? But I think they're somewhere north of $1 billion. Are they $1.4 billion? Is that what their budget is yearly?
Seattle Public Schools.
Obviously, they're the largest school district in the state.
Covering them. Yeah.
Do you know what that number is, Laura? Do you have it?
1.35
$1.35
billion for this coming school year.
For this coming school year. $1.35 billion.
Yeah.
Go check their 12th grade and 8th grade reading and math science levels.
Yeah.
Very, very poor.
Well, I think we've all known for a long time that teaching to pass a test, which is the way schools have been funded for the large part based on test score results.
Yeah.
So teachers find themselves teaching to how to pass this test, not how to become a critical thinker, not exploring what the child's interests are and what their most proclivities are for skill set, what their specialty skills are. I'm speaking. I'm still on vacation. I apologize. I wish I could spend more time in school. Now they're teaching the test results, which means kids aren't learning how to learn.
Well, that's
memorization of test answers.
They're passing
that's where the funding comes from. Yeah,
they're passing students because if they don't pass those students,
that's how they get the funding.
That's how they get the funding. Yes.
And look where it leaves us with results, test results.
You have kids graduating who cannot even read or can't read good,
and we can't acknowledge that, or we get less money.
So the idea that you need to keep spending them more money doesn't make any sense to me. So take away a ton of their money.
Yeah.
Let parents choose to send their kids to a school with a track record of success.
Yeah.
And the other schools, like Seattle Public School Districts or Franklin Pierce County School District, who has a $140 million budget but no SROs, maybe they suddenly start to feel the squeeze and they think to themselves, hey, you know what would be a really good idea? Let's get better about educating our kids because if we don't, they can leave us. They have a captive audience right now. Those kids have nowhere else that they can go. They can go somewhere else. I don't see a good argument against it.
Yeah.
All right, we have a lot more coming up. We got your text messages coming up next. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM. Powered by MyNorthwest.com.
Folks, the weather outside is beautiful, but you know the rain is on its way back. It's time to protect your home with the help from the pros at Integrity Roofing and Construction. Years of experience in roofing and restoration, their skilled teams deliver exceptional craftsmanship, whether it's a simple roof repair or a full renovation. Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer satisfaction, what speaks for itself. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today. Call Integrity at 206-202-ROOF. That's 206-202-ROOF, or visit them online at integrityrc.com. integrityrc.com.
Your new beginning starts now. D.R. Horton has new construction homes available throughout the greater Seattle area. With spacious floor plans, flexible living spaces, and home technology packages, you can enjoy more cozy moments and sweet memories in your beautiful new home. With new home communities opening throughout the Seattle area, D.R. Horton has the ideal home for you. Visit drhorton.com to learn more. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Goodbye baseball. Home runs in 3 consecutive games. Cal Raleigh, the big dumper.
The Mariners' postseason push is on, and there's a whole new way to be part of the action. Introducing the Home Stretch Flex Plan, a $500 membership that gives you the freedom to choose your games and seats for the rest of the season, all while saving 5% on tickets and no fees.
Strike 3 call. Triple digits to end it and complete the sweep.
You can use your credit however you want. Go big with club seats for a couple high-stakes showdowns, or stretch it out into the final series against the Dodgers. And the best part, Homestretch Flex members get priority access to our postseason pre-sale. That means you're first in line when October comes calling. The team is locked in.
J.P. Crawford! Game winner, walk-off fashion in the ninth inning.
And now it's time to bring the energy down the stretch. Come on board today at mariners.com/homestretch. Mariners baseball. Try dance up.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louis found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louis has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louis.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-972-0588. 800-972-0588. 800-972-0588.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Planning a road trip? Plan a visit to your neighborhood Bucky's Complete Auto Repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got a lot of text messages to get to. Why don't we dive right in? Laura, go for it.
On surveillance cameras expanding across Seattle, 206 says you have no privacy on a public street. Keyword, public.
No privacy on a public street. Keyword, public from 206. Okay. 206 is not understanding anything that we're saying.
If only the camera stopped at my
What?
fence.
On the text line?
The cameras do not only catch your street, 206. The cameras are also pointed towards people's front doors. And every time that they leave their house or every time their kids are in the yard playing or doing anything, their life is constantly being surveyed and on camera and will also be available for public records requests. So somebody could just get on there and just say, hey, I want this camera view at all times, watching their family. That's not something that I want for my house. I don't think you want it for yours. So that's where we're coming from. Oh, I'm sorry. That's where I'm coming from.
BMP Up says, my neighbor's ring cam across the street faces my front yard.
There you go.
To your point, it's right there waiting for whoever wants it.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go for it.
Moondog Ace says, I'm not doing anything in my front yard to get anyone's attention.
Well, you should live a better life.
253 says
try harder.
the best solution, which would never be considered because it makes sense. Use real-time cameras only, no recording, capturing, or video for playback. Then use a team of monitoring dispatchers like 911 operators to direct first responders where needed. That could be very expensive. It would probably be, if your job is to just be cycling through local cameras all the time, probably I'd rather just have like a police officer on site in that neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, you can watch 5 different
But I guess
monitors.
if you're watching 5 cameras and you're waiting for a 911 call to come through and then you can switch to that camera, I guess that's not a horrible idea, 253.
Okay, on high gas prices in Washington, John in the 206 says, get excited when the summer blends go away. Love me some pumpkin spice unleaded.
Boy, they put it in everything now, don't they?
That's pretty great.
253 says, I was just in remote North Dakota and gas was $2.68 a gallon.
Is that 1950s pricing?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
206 says Newsom's policies are forcing oil refineries out of California. We need more refineries built and an initiative to end the Democrats' CCA taxes.
100. Yeah, 206. Completely right. 100%.
Rick and Lumpy says, want to talk about the billions of dollars in subsidies that taxpayers pay oil companies? Valid point.
To do what?
Why is the government subsidizing the most profit-generating industry on the face of the earth?
Are they delivering oil to us, though? Are they getting us oil?
No,
and when they say subsidies, what do they mean? Like tax breaks on the land that they're...
Yeah, the government subsidizes oil industries to a very large portion of their operating costs.
Without the subsidies, would we have oil?
That's a good point. That's why they do it.
On saving baby animals, Kurt in Mount Vernon says, I saved a white baby husky puppy. That's adorable. It was in the middle of the road. It had snowed, and as I drove by, something caught my eye, and it moved. I pulled off to the side of the road and retrieved the puppy. It was almost frozen stiff. I got the puppy in my truck. I unbuttoned my shirt, and I put him up against my body as I drove him home. It was fairly late at night, so I knew no vet clinics were open, but I stayed with that dog all night, and he started coming around at about 4 a.m. Had him for 12 years, one of the best dogs I ever had. That is maybe one of the sweetest stories of finding a little tiny animal that I've ever heard in my life.
Hey, Netflix, here's a story idea for you.
Can you imagine how attached to that dog you would be?
Oh my gosh!
And how attached that dog would be to you?
Yes,
literally to your bosom. Your heart.
You're right. I found a baby bird when I was a kid. It had smashed into the window.
Oh yeah.
And I tried to nurse it back to health. It was alive for a few days, but it did not make it. But it was tiny little animals. They're so sweet.
I had a property manager at a place I was renting that tried to nurse a rat back to health that had started dying on our front steps. We called because we were like, we don't know what to do with it. Can you get rid of it? And she put it in a box and gave it water and took it home and then released it. We were like, how would you drive home with a rat in a shoebox that could wake up at any moment?
Oh, boy.
Released it into the woods of West Seattle.
That's nice. It's good she didn't release it back into your apartment.
only in Seattle.
Yeah. Go for it, Spike.
Okay, on Spike's jet ski adventure, Hee-Haw Aaron says, holy crap, 70 miles per hour? That's nuts. I didn't know they go that fast. I would have guessed 45, 50 maybe, but 70? My buddies went 82. It's been souped up. He did a lot to it. And real quick, Jerry in the 206, was I wearing a life vest? Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I did some stupid stuff, but I'm not a moron.
That's speed. You almost need a helmet at that speed.
That's true.
I'm bringing by school resource officers. Carl in Wilkeson says if the superintendent cared for the kids, he would give up some of his salary to fund the officers. It doesn't even need to do that, Carl. You raise a great point. He makes a lot of money. He doesn't even need to do that. They could just properly spend $140 million and find $170,000 to pay these guys. They could if they wanted to. They don't want to, which is why they don't.
Jamie in Bothell says, I can tell you at Bothell High in the North Shore School District, they love their SROs. In fact, a year or two, they tried to get rid of all SROs, but Bothell High School students loved their SROs so much that they created a campaign with posters, petitions, and emails out to parents to save their resource officer. Believe it or not, it worked. He is still there to this day. The kids love having a positive police presence in the school. He is the best.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Jamie, for sending that. We appreciate it.
And 253 says, this is why my wife and I spend $2,500 a month to send our kids to a great private Christian school in Pierce County. We have 2 armed security guards at every campus. Kids love them. They play with the kids at recess.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I have seen security guards on sometimes some videos will pop up on X or something where the security guards who were not always, or cops who were not always police officers. They used to be children at one point, and so there was. Have you ever seen cops doing skateboard tricks?
No, that's awesome.
Which is
that's awesome.
Historically, you've always thought that cops and skateboarders were kind of arch enemies.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
But the truth is that a lot of these guys grow up to be cops, and so he just busts out some kick flips, and it was just, and everybody's loving it. So yeah, pretty fun.
On Merrill candidates offering free childcare, Bean Pop says, how about if you can't afford childcare, refrain from having children? Get a plant. Plant care is much less expensive than childcare.
There you go.
Spritz.
Merrill candidates offering free childcare. Goose in the 206 says childcare prices went up like crazy after needing a 4-year degree to take care of a kid. Get rid of that and prices will drop. Interesting stuff, Goose. All right, hope you guys have a great day. Just one last time, I just want to say, what a sad day to hear about that Charlie Kirk news. God bless his family, and send your prayers to his family because they need it today. All right, John Curley coming up next. Stick around.
The Northwest's trusted news source, KIRO Newsradio.
Police in Federal Way are investigating what appears to be a car explosion.
KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey is live from the neighborhood.
I can't tell you enough how crazy this scene is here.
Coverage you depend on.
A massive police presence in Kent.
From voices you know and trust.
We have an active fire inside one of these buildings here.
KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Ooh, ma.
What was that?
That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm, I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Hey, it's John Curley with some great news. If your home's heating or cooling is uneven, noisy, or expensive, listen up. The Quilt ductless heat pump system from Home Comfort Alliance is changing the game. It gives you room-by-room control and next-gen efficiency, so you're only heating where you need it. That means real comfort and real savings, and every Quilt system qualifies for max tax credits. Trusted for 50 years. Call the comfort people today at homecomfortalliance.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's orchard.com.